Check. Check. Audio check 1, 2. Alrighty, let's see what we can do here on 10 meters.
Ok, entrado en todo el lugar, ¿sabes una cosa?
YouTube keeps feeding you all the rest, so that's the way I'll find it over.
Okay. Well, if they just have the little, that's about how long each segment was.
We'll just go find a frequency and start calling CQ, but we'll take a look at that.
And they'd have a guest performer of some kind, which were all stars back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, so you won't know who most of those were. But I feel Mortimer Snurd episode, and sit down and listen to that. And if you don't crank up, I want to know why. Over.
Okay. But here's something you might be interested in. It is a Mortimer Snurd replica doll available for $130 online if you're interested.
Lord of mercy. I'm not surprised, but that goes to show you how popular that was, Dan. I'm telling you, man, the whole country. The show was on Sunday night, as I recall. Sunday night when it came on, and we'd always get through.
Type in, that's all set. Is the frequency in use, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. Anybody using 28.455 K6USY, Fresno? CQ, 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California.
KD7 TVV.
Yeah, the KD7, give me the last three letters of your call.
This is Kilo Delta 7 Tango Zulu Victor out of Bristol, Oklahoma.
Oh, very good, sir. Yeah, I'll give you a signal report here on the next go-around, but this is Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee here in Fresno, California.
Confirm, sir. I've got you at 5 to 8 here. I'm using a Anytone Quad 5 with a 16-foot inverted dipole. And you are my second contact on this radio.
Oh, very good, sir. Yeah, you're about 5'6", 5'7" here into Central California. If you have a computer or a device nearby, I am actually live streaming on YouTube right now. So if you want to hear what you sound like into California, if you pull up youtube.com/K6USY, my page will come up, and I'm live streaming this right now.
I appreciate that, sir. I do not have my computer, my laptop right here with me, but I just wanted to make a contact with you, sir. And my first name is Delbert.
Very good, Delbert. Yeah, I just pulled up your QRZ page, and yeah, very good on making the contact. Your radio's definitely working. Looks like you're you're a new technician. So welcome to the hobby.
I just renewed. I've actually got about 21 years.
Oh, yep. No, I was looking at the wrong date. So yeah, no, very good. Yeah, so you've been around for a while. Actually, you've been licensed for probably a year longer than I was. I got my first call in 2004.
Definitely understand that. I only did pretty much 2 meters, repeaters, that type of stuff. This is the first 10-meter rig I had, and liking it so far.
Yeah, no, it's definitely working for you, and 10 meters has been great the last couple weeks. It's nice to hear a lot of the technicians out on here making contacts and getting to play around with HF.
Affirmative, sir. Affirmative. Well, I'll back out of here and let you go. K6 USB. This is KD7 TZV 73, sir.
Very good. Yeah, you small correction on the call sign. It's Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, but definitely don't sweat it, and we'll catch you later. We're clearing with Kilo Delta 7 Tango Zulu Victor. We'll say 73, sir, and we'll catch you later. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. Alrighty, CQ10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Central California. Anybody out there? CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee in Fresno, California on 28.455. See how the rest of the band is doing. Yeah, not as busy as it was yesterday. We'll keep trying. I'll go try 10 meter FM here in a little bit. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. See how the propagation's doing this afternoon. Yeah, stuff's going all over the place. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Alpha, Hotel, Romeo.
Yeah, the Kilo, Quebec 4, go ahead and give me the rest of your call. You took a fade. Give me your call sign a couple times. I'll get you in the log.
Kilo, Quebec 4, America, Hotel, Radio.
Alrighty, I think I got it that time. Kilo, Quebec 4, Alpha, Hotel, Romeo. Is that correct? Alrighty, sir. Yeah, you're right at my noise floor, but I got you in the log. Thank you. K6USY, Fresno, clearing with Kilo, Quebec 4, Alpha, Hotel, Romeo, 73.
This is Victor Echo 6, Hotel Uniform Delta.
Yeah, the Victor Echo 6. Go ahead and give me the rest of your call.
This is Victor Echo 6, Hotel Uniform Delta. My name is Doug.
Oh, good afternoon, Doug. Yeah, call sign here, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. I'm in Fresno, California, and I'm also live streaming this on YouTube if you're curious to how you sound down here.
I am. I'd really like a report. I just went out and retuned one of my dipoles for the 10-meter band.
Well, it's definitely working. You are S9 into Central California. I'm running an Antron 99 vertical, ICOM 7300 and 100 watts.
Yeah, that's what I'm running. I've got an ICOM 7300, and I'm tied into a half-wave dipole here that's about 16, 17 feet off the ground.
Yeah, you're definitely making the trip. Your QRZ page says you're over in Edmonton, so yeah, it's definitely working.
Sounds like it's bouncing right over the rock.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm right smack dab in the middle of California's Central Valley. It's a big, giant 30, 40 mile wide, valley with the Sierra Nevadas to the east and the coastal range over to the west. And so I'm just in a big, giant open area. And yeah, we're just kind of bouncing right up over the Rockies.
I'm really pleased. Looks like it was worth the effort. Kind of chilly out there today.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. See, I have the opposite problem during the summer. I have to get up at 6 in the morning to put up antennas so I don't melt on the roof.
My clock doesn't have a 6 a.m.
Mine normally doesn't, but when you want to put up a 6-meter antenna before it gets up to 110 in the afternoon, you make the effort.
Yeah, we've never seen 100 degrees here.
Yeah, I would hope not. That's a typical summer for us. But on the flip side, during the summer, we'll get down to freezing occasionally, and that's about it. And we don't get snow because we're only at about a 300-foot elevation.
Okay, we're about 2,500 feet. We haven't had any precipitation at all in November.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah, we've had a little bit of rain. Last year we got tons, so it was it was interesting. But so I was gonna mention, if you have a computer nearby, if you go to youtube.com/K6USY, I'm live streaming this conversation right now. So if you're interested to hear what you sound like on the other end, you can do that.
Okay, I'm just doing it now.
Yep, and you don't even have to look at my mug. I'm just live streaming the remote control interface for my radio, so you'll get to see the sideband waveform and my S meter.
Does this mean I'm a star?
Well, I'm not a big YouTube guy, so I'm just kind of getting started playing with this. We have some local VHF, UHF weak signal sideband nets that we're going to be live streaming, and I'm just kind of testing out my setup this afternoon. I figured, okay, I'm going to go get on 10 meters and call CQ, and I figure I might as well live stream it just to, just kind of get in the hang of how to do this.
Do I get some residuals out of this?
Yeah, when YouTube cuts me a check, I'll make sure you get a cut.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think I need more subscribers before I can even apply to get a cut, and then of course I have to annoy people with advertisements just to get paid, and I don't like watching ads. I'm not going to make you watch them.
But usually they're pretty easy to skip around anyway.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So you'll notice there's a little bit of a delay, but you should be able to hear. So when I'm talking, you're hearing a direct audio feed from my Heil microphone to my computer, and then of course when the radio goes into receive mode, you're getting a direct feed off of my 7300.
That's kind of cool. It's almost like something off Star Trek.
Yeah, most definitely. So the other cool thing I can do here is why we sit here and chat. I'm going to open up my my Spectrum scope here, and then you can see what the band looks like here in Central California.
Okay, I'm starting to see it now. I can see the waterfall.
Yep. So just playing around with streaming. I also have a 9700 that I can stream from, and that's what we're going to be using for our VHF UHF sideband nets. But I also have it set up for the HF radio because we also do a net on 6 meters. So I figured just get everything set up and running. And your antenna's working great, and 10 meters is definitely doing its thing right now.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised how much traffic there is on 10 meters these days.
I've been talking to, I always get confused at how your guys' licensing works up there, but our technician class down here in the States has access to the lower part of 10 meters, and I have been talking to a lot of technicians lately, because the second 10 meters opens up, their ears perk up and they go pulling the radios out of the closet and go get it on HF. Of course, I like to kindly remind all of those people to go get their generals.
Yeah, in Canada we have 3 levels of license. We have the basic license, and it's a 70% pass. If you get 80%, you get basic with honors, and that opens up the VHF, the UHF, and the HF bands. And then we have the advanced ticket that gives you more power, and pretty much that's it. I just wrote my advanced license this morning and passed it. So.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Yeah. I got my technician in 2004 when I was in high school, so it was 19 years ago, and then I upgraded to general in 2007, 2 weeks after they dropped the Morse code requirement, and then I've been looking at the extra off in the distance because I know it's something I need to do at some point. I have 3 kids. And not necessarily a ton of time to study for that exam, but I know I need to do it at some point.
Yeah, I found a couple of online sites that running tutorials. They weren't great, but by the time you finished, you'd been through every question in the government's exam bank. So I did that 4 or 5 times, and when I wrote this morning, I got a 96, so I got no complaints.
Oh, very good. Do you by chance have that radio set to narrow on the transmit side? I'm noticing here, and you'll see it on the spectrum scope, that you're not completely filling up my receive filter. So I have a feeling that you might be on a narrower transmit setting, which is perfectly fine because a lot of people recommend that when working DX stations.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to do that on this thing.
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to tell you because the radio is not actually in front of me, and I can't change that setting on my software. But yeah, there is a I think it's in the function menu. I have a 705 sitting here. I'd have to look at it. But in the function menu, it's like TWB or something like that. It's a transmit bandwidth, and you might have it set to the mid setting instead of wide.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. I'll find it. May have to actually read the manual.
Well, yeah, sometimes that's a good idea. I bought the 9700 first, and I read the manual, and then when I got the 7300, I kind of perused the manual to look for the HF specific stuff, and then I bought a 705 and basically didn't have to read the manual. All 3 of those radios run the exact same interface, and so by the time you buy the 3rd radio with the same interface, you don't really have to read the manual anymore.
That sounds about right. I've always been of the viewpoint that if you have to read the manual, it's too complicated to be of any use to you.
Oh, yeah, and I might offend some people, but then it might be a Yaesu. That's one of the thing about the Yaesu radios is there's all these acronyms that you have to remember on a lot of the older rigs. And one of the things I like about the ICOMs is they just use plain English to explain what a lot of the stuff is, and there's not a ton of acronyms that you have to memorize.
Yeah, I bought this radio at the end of June when I wrote my basic license, and I'm really happy with it. It's not the most intuitive programming in it, but it's all there and you can find it.
Oh yeah, and most of the things aren't buried in a menu with 100 items in it.
Yeah, it's mostly just a matter of trying to figure out where am I and what do I want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and making sure that you're not making a complete fool of yourself on the radio, which I know at one point in time all of us have done.
I'm sure my days are done, and I tend to do them spectacularly.
Oh, no worries. There's a reason why they call it amateur radio, and I like to remind people of that when they start taking things a little bit too seriously.
That's a good point. I think everybody's able to do that.
Yeah, very good. So any plans to get that antenna up higher, or is it in its permanent location?
I've got it off the peak of my house, and I've got the other end tied up about 35 feet up in a lodgepole pine in the backyard, and that's the best I've got. I haven't even run the SWR testing on it yet, but it seems to be working fairly well.
Yeah, it's definitely working. The band's just being kind of goofy. You went from almost being 10 over to like S6. So, and that has nothing to do with our antennas. That's just 10 meters being 10 meters. But yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll go ahead and sign with you before we completely lose the band, and we'll see who else is listening. But Victor Echo 6 Hotel Uniform Delta. We'll say 73, sir, and we'll catch you later. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee Fresno.
Roger
73. I enjoyed the contact. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Victor Echo 6, Hotel Uniform Delta, clear.
Alrighty, anybody else on frequency? Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, QRZ.
Kilo 4, Hotel Whiskey Sierra.
I believe that was a Kilo 4 Hotel Whiskey Sierra.
Roger. This is Howard, Hotel Oscar Whiskey Alpha Romeo Delta in Adamsville, Tennessee.
Oh, very good on Tennessee there. I'm in Fresno, California, and I'm also live streaming this on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/K6USY, the stream will pop up.
Okie doke. I'll do that when I get the chance there. I just wanted to get you in the log. Heard you calling CQ and heard the last part of that last piece post. And be good because I just tried to find a new microphone on here.
Very good, Howard. Yeah, you don't have the strongest signal right now, but I can definitely hear you in there. Which microphone are you using?
It's a MD100 on a Flex 6400 with 100 watt, using a JK mid-size 40 antenna at 90 feet that has 5 elements on 10 meters.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, I'm running an Antron 99 vertical, ICOM 7300 and 100 watts. So, yeah, 10 meters is definitely doing its thing right now.
Roger on that USB there. You have been in an S9, but you're fading back down to about an S4. Bands are changing a little bit, sounds like. But, okay, I'll get you in the log, Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee, and just say 73. I'll get you up on YouTube, too. Thank you. Kilo 4, Hotel Whiskey Sierra, 73.
Alrighty, sir. Yep, I got you in the log, and I'll upload that later when I get off the radio. We'll catch you later. Kilo 4, Hotel Whiskey Sierra, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, 73, sir. Alrighty, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. Yeah, the Kilo Charlie 1, you're not very strong, but go and give me the rest of your call sign and I'll get you in the log. Was that a Kilo Charlie 1 Quebec Whiskey Sierra? Is that QSL? Yeah, you took a fade on me, and I'm getting some QRM from another station, so maybe try again in a little bit when the band comes back up. Yep, no copy. K6USY. I might move frequencies here a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of noise from somebody else. Is the frequency in use Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.450? Anybody using 28.450 K6USY Fresno? CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.450 in Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.450 in Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.450. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.450. Well, let's go hunting. What the heck is that? There's somebody on the local repeater.
Repeater.
I'm going to switch over here. K6USY, Fresno.
Hey, good afternoon, Aaron.
How's it going? I was just talking to somebody in Edmonton, Canada on 10 meters.
Right on. Yeah, we were supposed to be getting our Christmas tree today, but wife's got a migraine, so I'm going to the range instead.
Well, that's a good compromise. At least you're not taking the Christmas tree to the range to shoot it up, right?
Yeah, that's after Christmas.
Very good. Yeah, I don't know. Eventually we might do a real tree, maybe when the kids are a little bit older. Right now, I go pull the tree down from the attic.
You know, I used to feel the same way, and then after taking them to cut one down for the first time and realizing they missed out on that and how much they loved it, even though they were young, I would definitely reconsider that if I was you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not as big on it, but yeah, it's at some point we'll. It is kind of nice having the smell of a real tree, but it's also a lot of work.
Yep, my kids are assigned to all the tree-related duties, cleaning up the needles every day, watering the tree every day. That's about all you really have to do. Yeah, and they love going and picking it out and cutting it down, and I don't know. I wish I would have done it every year now. Now that I look back, we didn't start doing it until about 5 years ago, so I guess my son was about 5. Before that, we had a little mini fake one that we put up on the bar.
Okay. So the question is, what are you going to what are you going to go let off at the range?
I only brought a handgun today, so just a 9mm 6-hour pistol.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I don't currently own any, but I have no problem with people owning them. So, and how's the? I'm sure the weather's doing pretty good over there this afternoon. It's kind of gloomy and cold over here.
You know what? I think the clouds that are here kind of kept it a little bit warmer because I never got cold last night. Woke up this morning, it wasn't even really that cold in the house. It was maybe 60, which isn't bad. And right now it's, I don't know, It's probably 65 out. Let's see here. Oh, no, it's only 60. But it doesn't feel cold. It feels really nice. I'm in a T-shirt.
Okay, yeah, it's in the 50s, and the sun went away, and it got all kind of gloomy and stuff. But alrighty, well, have fun at the range. I think I'm gonna head back over to 10 meters, but just heard you in my headphones and figured I'd say hello.
All right, Aaron, I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Good luck on the HF today, and I'll talk to you later. KN6 PCT.
Alrighty, we'll catch you later. K6USY, Fresno. All right, let's see if anybody's on digital. K6USY on 2021
Hey, Aaron,
TGIF.
if you're still there, just one quick question, K6TS.
Yeah, I'm still here. What's up?
Just wondering if there was a voice, a sideband contact, or you were doing something else.
No, it was on sideband, and it was also live streaming. Well, I'm still live streaming right now. So the guy in Canada was able to pull up the stream and hear himself coming through my radio. So that was kind of fun.
Well, that's cool. Well, Mike was talking up your deal tonight on 40 meters. I was up last night on 40, and boy, you just talking, but he told a passel of folks about your deal tonight.
Yeah, I already got the streams are already pre-scheduled and ready to go. So yeah, anybody's welcome to listen in tonight. Of course, we'll be limited to what I can hear here in town with my loop. And then probably over the course of the next couple months, we'll work on, moving the show up to Mike's house, which is not going to be the easiest, feat in the world. He's got radios in 2 different locations, and we got to do a little bit of networking and computer setup, but we'll see what we can do.
Good deal. He seems pretty keen on it. Told a bunch of folks, so yeah, you'll definitely probably have some people logging in and listening.
Oh yeah, Mike's a character. He loves to talk. He likes to conversate with people, and shoot, even my wife, who has no interest in ham radio, finds him slightly entertaining sometimes. So it's because most of the evenings, his voice is booming out of my computer, and I'm off helping put kids to bed and stuff, and there's Mike talking to people all over California on VHF and UHF.
Yeah, he was on 40 last night. Spoke with a bunch of guys in Vermont and Massachusetts there and all that, and a bunch of other folks all over the place. I was going to talk to him, but he had so many people calling. I mean, somebody calling you from 140 miles away. I mean, it just didn't make sense. If he wasn't so piled up, I'd talk to him for a bit. But yeah, he was having a high old time there, man. He definitely ruling the band there. He's got the gear, and he was flipping between his 2 element 40 meter setup and his 3 element 40 meter setup. You really can't really tell the difference. He's done a nice job in that design of that 40 meter antenna he designed there. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I was talking with him yesterday, and he said that pretty much in his entire amateur radio career, he's never had to use an antenna tuner, because and right now he literally has a dedicated beam for each band. So who needs a tuner when you have a dedicated antenna for each band? It's just incredible. And I'm still keyed up for some reason. Hold on. Well, Hold on, let me disconnect from the radio. It's not unkeying for some reason.
Start off with KLM and then went on to M squared, and I've got a ton of his KLM antennas. I got a fair number of the M squared antennas, and they just work.
That was weird.
Someday, hopefully, I got 4 towers. I need to get them in the air, and hopefully, not quite. I can't compete with that, but hopefully, I can have a decent signal here. Get some metal in the air.
Oh, very cool. Well, I'm gonna head off to some other things. Anybody out there listening, I am currently live streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/K6USY, and I'm probably gonna head back over to 10 meters and see if I can wrangle up anybody else. We'll talk to you later, Dwayne. K6USY, Fresno.
KF6FGL repeater.
May walk over to the ham shack and give 6 and 10 a quick whirl. We had that storm, so might be the effects might be just right. We'll catch you after bed. Thanks for the info. K6GS, cheers.
Well, real quick, speaking of 6, it did have an opening last night, and I worked all the way to Chicago on FT8. So you might hear some contacts up on 6. We'll see what happens. K6USY.
The 7300 cranked up and punch a button, see if anything squawks back, dial around a little bit, look at the waterfall. Appreciate that. K6TS.
Alrighty, back over to the HF rig.
And then next thing you know, his dad's got a mobile radio in his truck, and
Let's see if we can find
I
anybody.
think they're heavy into it. Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee calling CQ. Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee calling CQ. Kilo
this guy's
Charlie 0,
really
Alpha
bassy.
Victor Yankee calling CQ, and standing by.
See if I can get this guy's call sign. Always listen for the call sign.
CQ, Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee calling CQ. Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee calling CQ. Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha
like I've worked this
Victor
guy
Yankee
before.
calling CQ, and standing by.
Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Kilo 6?
Yeah, Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee. Looks like we worked each other back in November.
Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee. Yeah, CSI, you got a 5757 coming into Mike House, Missouri. Name is Donovan. Sitting here working 50 states and having fun there, CSI.
Yeah, very good, sir. Yeah, you're 5'7", going up to like 5'9". The band's been kind of up and down this afternoon, but you're definitely making it into Central California.
So I want to appreciate for California. You guys are sitting here trying to wish my last couple states of need there. Not a problem, and thank you for California, and happy holidays to you and your family. Wish you the best there. Kilo 6, Uniform Sierra Yankee, Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee. 33, and have happy holidays there, CSF.
Yep, 73, and we'll catch you later. K6USY, Fresno.
Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee. Kilo 0, working 50 states.
Yep, worked him before. Let's go see who else we can find.
But this is WA5YZD 28410 in Austin, Texas.
Okay, what about more frequencies in radios off? This is November 5, November Echo, November, over.
Yeah, well, you can dial me in and take off your receiver incremental tuning there and pop that off and then dial it in where it sounds right here. And we'll be able to hear you a little bit better. So, I copied November 5, November Echo. Where are you located?
Okay,
Echo November. And off Cuernavaca on the way to BK.
Okay, very good. Yeah, now I recall your call sign there off Cuernavaca. I know exactly where that is.
And the band's up and down right
November,
now.
Echo November.
It's coming up to
and,
S9.
Good to hear you on this afternoon. Let's see who else might be on here this afternoon. This is WA5YZD. The name here is Roy, by the way, from Romeo Oscar November. And who else do we have on here this afternoon?
Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
All right, we copy Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, and this is WA5YZD in Austin. Who else do we have that maybe wants to check in?
W6QCQ.
Okay, Jim, I heard you. Good and strong signal there. AG5MS. Good to hear you on this afternoon there, Jim. Is there anybody else like to check in? WA5YZD Austin. All right, I copied KD6UBX or F, Uniform Bravo X-Ray or Uniform Bravo Sierra. I'm not sure. Come again with the call sign.
Might have stumbled onto a net.
Okay, Sean, copied call sign that time is Kilo Delta 6 Uniform Bravo X-Ray. And is there anybody else that would like to check in here to the Austin Amateur Radio Club 10-meter net? This is WA5YZD. Well, my approximate QTH is Austin, Texas, the northwest part of Austin, Texas. Sean, KD6UBX, WA5YZD. Name here is Roy, Romeo Oscar Yankee Roy. We do this net every Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Texas time, and we do it for the purpose of fellowship and promoting stations there that would like to improve their 10-meter HF station, and we'll go around and get a summary of the stations that have checked in so far with about how much power they're running, what kind of antenna they have, and maybe what kind of rig they're running. So let's start off there with the station that's also here in Austin, N5NUN off of in the southwest part of Austin. That's Paul, I believe. Paul, so tell everybody what kind of rig you're running, what your antenna is like, and how much power you're running. N5NEN, I think it is. November Echo November. This is WA5YZD in Austin, Texas. Go ahead there, Paul.
Okay, well, hello everybody. Yeah, well, I'm just using my iPad to QCQ. CTV vertical milliard.
And of course, there's multiple people on this frequency, so it's making this fun.
I've got a homemade backhoe with I'll just pass it on now. Back to you, WA5YZB from N5NEN.
Okay, Paul, very good. N5NEN in the southwest part of Austin, Texas. It's WA5YZD with interest to see if anybody else on the net has participated on the 160 contest this weekend. Paul, you got a real good signal here in my QTH anyway. I'm running about 100 watts and into a folded dipole that's up about 60 feet on the tower, folded vertically oriented dipole, running about 100 watts, and the rig here is a Flex 6400. So, Paul, thanks for checking in, and we'll move on down the list here. K6USY. Let us know where you're located and your name there. K6USY. This WA5YZD.
Yeah, WA5YZD. This is Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. Name here is Aaron, Alpha Alpha Romeo Oscar November. And I am in Fresno, California, running 100 watts through an Antron 99 vertical, a ICOM 7300, and using a Heil microphone routed to my computer.
Okay, very good, Aaron. We copied all of that. It's a good signal here. About a 5 and 7 here. And okay on your 100 watts and the ICOM 7300 in your vertical antenna there. Fine business from Fresno. Looks like we got California stations coming in here from the west today. Let's see, Jim, you've got a big signal here. Maybe you run a little more power than I am, and certainly probably got a better antenna. So, Jim, go ahead and give the rundown on your setup there, and what your participation in the 160 contest might have been. AG6MS in Austin, Texas. This is WA5YZD, also in Austin. Go ahead, Jim.
AG5MS here in Austin. Name is Jim. Let's see, we're running a U2 3000.
Let's go see what else we can find.
Into a 6-band vertical, which is up about 35 feet from the base.
Good signals coming in from Texas.
I'm working 50 states. I'm trying to get my last 4. Got 4 states left, and they're all right next door to me, QSL.
Yeah, this guy's booming in now.
73, and have a happy holidays to you and your family. Wishes best. Kilo Foxtrot 7, Lima Bravo Delta, Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee 73. Happy holidays. Right, Kilo Charlie 0, Alpha Victor Yankee, QRZ working 6.
Well, up to speed, and you probably know way more about it when it comes to the modern technology than either Dan or I do. And I have never done any of the space station work or anything like that. The highest frequency I ever use is 50 megacycles, 6-meter band. I do like that one quite a bit there, Edward. Over.
It's always fun when the kids come running in.
This is WA0DQR, Minneapolis, Minnesota, calling CQ10. Hello CQ, calling CQ, CQ10, CQ10, anyone, anywhere, 28.333 megahertz. This is WA0DQR, Minneapolis, Minnesota, with the beam pointed east. From Minneapolis, calling the CQ10 and by for
pointed the wrong way. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Where is that?
Hey, the K6 something, go ahead.
Yeah, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. If you're pointed east, I'm coming off the back of your beam.
Let me turn the beam. I've got it pointed east. Just hold on a minute.
Yep, I figured you needed to turn. Like, you're open to California, turn the beam.
Was there an N6 something? Go ahead.
Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Gary, Jan, you sound like you're right next door. I got your call as N6 NWQ. Is that
somebody
right?
else in there. This guy's 20 over now that he turned the beam.
Guess what? I had that written down, and I had a little bit of dyslexia there. Man, that's unbelievable. I've got it written down as N6UWQ. That's right, Gary? I can't read my own writing. How are you doing today? By the way, my name is John. I'm in a little city called Circle Pines, a suburb of Minneapolis, where it's about 32 degrees or 35. Very nice and warm for Minneapolis. Go ahead.
Let's see if we can work this guy next.
Am I close to your frequency? My display says 28.333 megahertz. Is that close?
Yeah, he's coming in so strong and splattering me a little bit.
I just recalibrated this because it was off slightly. This is an ICOM 765, not to be confused with.
So that's with the preamp off.
I call it
10 over with the
amateur
preamp
radio
off.
dyslexia. I'll tell people that it's a 765 from 1991, and they think it's a 756, and I have to look to make sure that I said the right number. Go ahead. This one with the serial number 1991. It's in mint condition. I have a second one that I'm using for parts. I had some problems before with the other one. I've had it since 2007. I went from a Collins KWM2 to a 765. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can make a S9 if I crank everything down.
What year does that date back to? Oh, okay. Because I hear a lot of these people, they say, well, running an Apache here or something, and I'm thinking, well, he's made an Apache, they made a Mohawk, they made a Barraza, they made a Shawnee, the Pawnee, the Comanche, the Cheyenne. No, he's talking about some software-defined radio. Go ahead. Yeah, it's Whiskey Alpha Zero, Dairy Queen Radio. Those are not proper NATO phonetics, but people remember that, Dairy Queen Radio. And besides that, every time I mention that, I get a stipend from Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen Radio, that's pretty good. Yeah, this is WA0 Delta Quebec Romeo.
Yeah. But you're a newbie. I've been licensed since '62. Got interested in '59. Go ahead. lot of people had trouble with the code. I was, the novice was good for 1 year, and so I got the novice, and then I went and got the technician class because I had trouble with the code. And let my license lapse, and then back in '76, when I was working at Litton Microwave at Research and Development, the head engineer there, Dr. Buffalo, he was a ham, and there was a bunch of hams there. And they said, why don't you get your license? So I went and got my novice again, WN0DQI. In 1 month, I got the advanced class. And I'll never forget it. I think I was the oldest person there, Gary. I was 30 years old at the time. And it was the day after Thanksgiving, 1976. I went down there, and I got to tell you, man, I was the oldest person there, I think. All these teenagers and young whippersnappers, and I got to tell you, Gary, it smelled like a gym locker room. I mean, everybody's sweating profusely, and deodorant didn't do any good for most of the people. And so, they give you the code test, and they had the desk pretty close together, so, you got a pad of paper, and they start writing, start sending it, and I'm writing, I had a copy 1 minute error-free. I'm glad it wasn't the comprehension, because I couldn't have comprehended anything. Now, this is the first time I took the code test.
I turn the preamp off and the RF gain down.
His leg is going up and down to the beat of the CW.
I can keep his signal from splattering all over the place.
Writing. Handed in my paper. They said, yep, you passed. I couldn't believe it. So I took the, when I was always interested in radio. The year I graduated from high school, 1964.
You'll start seeing.
My first class FCC license. I was always interested in communication. So it was the code.
Yeah.
When I got
he's
home,
just splattering all over the place.
I practiced a little bit. As a novice, I had a Barker and Williams.
He's also got his beam pointed at California, and the band's open.
And had a Hammerlin HQ 145 general coverage. And every CW QSO I ever had.
So look in this in context of the band.
It wasn't, it wasn't any fun.
And he's just
so when I got home, man,
booming
I took that
in
code
here.
Key and I don't remember where I put it. You know what? I haven't been able to find it. Go ahead.
But you can't hear the other guy because he's in California and he's too close. Well, not close enough for ground wave. And we're skipping right over each other. I want to see if I can talk to this guy. It's just people get very long-winded sometimes. Might just need to go find somebody else to talk to. Let's go see what's going on FM.
Yeah, you're holding in pretty good. You're up in the red. The 991, I use that for C4 FM on 29.
Yeah, there's some activity.
It has the capability to do that. And I was down there about 20 minutes ago, and there's some people coming out of Washington State coming in here, 60 over. They're pushing, the signals are pushing all the way down there, but band conditions are pretty good. Yeah, that and the weather. It was knocked down for me yesterday because of that storm on the East Coast, but the weather and the solar conditions both help. Okay, Jeff, there's some other people starting to show up, so I'll cut you loose. Thanks a lot. We'll catch y'all later. KA6 APZ KF4WE.
Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Kilo Delta K6, November 5, Charlie Sierra Uniform, Texas.
Yeah, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. Yeah, the band's up and down, band's up and down. Don't know if I was able to copy your call sign. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno.
November 5, Charlie Sierra Uniform, N5CSU, okay?
Oh, excellent. Yeah, you came up. I got you in the log. November 5, Charlie Sierra Uniform. Is that correct? Alrighty, sir. Got you in the log. Anybody else hearing me? Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. Yeah, CQ 10 meter FM before I go back to sideband, K6USY, Fresno.
KF4WE in Tennessee.
Yeah, the KF4, give me the rest of your call.
Kilo Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Echo in Tennessee.
Oh, very good, sir. Yeah, you're booming into California.
Yeah, Roger. What was the last part of your call? I got K6U, and then the rest of the parts you faded a little bit.
Oh, no problem. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Uniform Sierra Yankee?
That is correct. Yeah, we worked each other back in October.
Yeah, I'm lucky to remember yesterday, let alone October. I'll get you in here and look it up. But anyway, okay, I'm going to let you go. You got Charlie here in Northwest Tennessee. You're 5'9 plus, like just about everybody else out that way right now. 73, catch y'all later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Very good, Charlie. Yeah, I'm working stations and live streaming on YouTube right now. So youtube.com/K6USY, and you can listen to how you sound out here in California. K6USY on 29600. Anybody else on 10 meter FM before I go back to sideband, K6USY, Fresno? Alrighty, back to sideband, K6USY, clearing the frequency. See if that 333 guy is still in there.
You know, they become attached to a certain person, and they will fight to the end to guard that person. I'm trying to think the word what you call that. But anyways, well, that's good. I had when I first got interested in ham radio. I don't know. Are you familiar with the Collins line equipment? Go ahead.
Okay, let's go see who else is on.
Tango Alpha. Also my last three initials.
Let's switch over to the other radio real quick.
90 watts into it.
And see if I can wrangle up anybody on Simplex.
So I'm really happy to be able to talk to you. Thanks for coming back.
And
Yeah, you bet, Tom.
there we go. K6USY 7.5 Simplex. Okay, let's go see if anybody's around on here. K6USY 5.7 Simplex. Wow, nada. See if anybody's around on 5.2. Crank the power. K6USY on 5.2 Simplex in Fresno, pushing 100 watts. Anybody out there this afternoon? No, 5.2 is dead. Okay, we can see if anybody's on my repeater. And then we'll probably go back to HF or digital. I'll figure something out. Okay. K6USY Fresno on W6FSC.
System broadcasting from Bear Mountain east of Fresno on 145.230 and 443.450.
Alrighty, back to HF.
Series 75A4 KWS1, the Gold Dust Twins. And they're big black boxes. They call it St. James Gray, but they're black boxes, wrinkle finished. Very good equipment. But in 1958, when Collins came up...
an X6. Still got the SX110 receiver. And then I got a DX100, the used DX100. It's 120 pounds, 120 watts. Yeah. Those are fun times, though, Rick. They really were, and they're enjoyable now. With the the
got a bunch of lows.
Electronics now, and with computers, it's bringing everything into it. Oh, it's just it really enhances everything. But I had a great time. I was active a little Wyndham antenna way back there, a little off center. I fed the thing with 300 ohm. That's what we set up. Bell and coils. And we didn't know what SWR was, did it? We just kind of dipped the grid, I guess. KI0F.
That you had in your house, go ahead.
Is the frequency in use Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee? Is the frequency in use Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455? CQ 10 meters Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California.
Hello, radio from Kilowatt Bravo 6, Germany, France, Denmark.
Good afternoon, Dennis. You are live on YouTube, sir.
Those 6 uniforms here, Yankee.
You don't say, Oliver.
Is that how you figured out what frequency I was on?
Yes. Well, it showed up on my 21st century telephonium device. I picked it up, and then I pressed the wrong button and it went away. And then you went to 2 meters.
You are live on YouTube.
And then it came back, and it's like, well, wait a minute. I bet I could find this clandestine Amatuer radio station. Over.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can hear the delay coming back through the radio on the other side. Yeah, I'm just kind of dinking around. I talked to a guy up in Canada for a good 20 minutes, and he got to hear himself coming into California at S9, and just kind of dinking around. And I will be live streaming the BozoNet tonight. I know you're interested in listening to how that operates. I can hear most of the local people and some of the farther out people, and then once Mike gets up into like Northern California, you're only going to hear half the conversation. But at least the first part of the net, you should be able to hear all the local people through my radio.
Okay, that'll be cool. Let's see. I hope you can hear me okay. I just turned things on, so I may not be tuned up correctly. KB6 GFD. Yeah, I saw that. I thought, well, let me see if I can jump in. I tuned in. You were on the FM repeater and sounding pretty good. I thought, well, if the repeaters are coming in that strong, then 10 is doing okay.
Well, I was on FM Simplex, but yes, talked to Tennessee on FM Simplex.
Oh, were you on? I didn't see it was 600. Okay, so it's 600 even you were on, or 500?
Yeah, 29.600 is the FM calling frequency. It's right in the middle of the repeater inputs and outputs. The repeaters are below, above and below. I think all the outputs are above that frequency, and all the inputs are below it.
All right, because I always try to stay off above 500 because the input's like 20, 40, 60, 80. So okay, I thought I saw 6 something, or 6 plus something, but 600 even. And then I guess there's a fusion frequency now at 250. I think sometimes I'll hear the digital stuff, so I don't know if there's a D-star frequency or not, and I didn't even check to see if 10 a.m. was on. All right, I just wanted to touch base, say hello radio to the digital SWLs, those who may be watching now, those who may be watching later, and the band is in good shape.
Yeah, no, it's talking to a lot of technicians, and I put you in the log. The last time I logged you was when I was on 40 meters in Pismo on 4th of July.
Oh, that's right. You were on the portable sand on the air.
Yeah, no, that's the ODA acronyms are getting quite ridiculous. One of the new ones I heard was Walmart parking lots on the air, and the operation is working satellites from FM satellites from Walmart parking lots.
You go to the top of the RV and adjust the dish.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, oh man, they're just gonna ODA everything now that POTA and SOTA is really popular.
And ditch banks on the air.
And ditch banks on the air. And then the other one was there was a guy who was at Camarillo Beach State Park, and he was parked in front of the little portable restrooms, and he was John's on the air.
Oh yeah, good afternoon, Ron. How's it going?
I was just playing around with YouTube. It's a bad habit that I just picked up, and I see that you're on there on the air. So they're streaming, so I thought, nah. I ran out here as quick as I could, tripping on all kinds of Christmas stuff, and made it out here with no broken bones, and here you guys are.
Well, that's exactly how Dennis found me. His digital mobile telephonium device told him that I was doing a thing.
Gotcha. Oh, and yeah, I didn't ID. KJ6TYO. That is my ID. So, all right. Yeah, I just stepped out here, and things are warming up. I need to turn on both heaters, the tube heater and the electric heater for my warmness on my back.
Yeah, we went to church this morning, and I think the sun was out, and then we got out of church, and the sun wasn't out, and it was like, I looked at my wife, I'm like, does it feels colder than it was earlier.
Yeah, I too did the same thing. I did go to church.
Oh, yeah, it's the Fresno December gray days are among us, I think.
Oh yeah, the time of the year where we don't get to see the sun for 3 months unless you go up to 5,000 feet.
Right. The good thing is it's not one of those days where the high temperature is 39 degrees. That's coming up.
Well, yeah, but see, the thing is, you say 39 degrees, and all the international SWLs are thinking that you're talking in Celsius, and they're like, "That's hot."
That's right. It's Fahrenheit. And then all the non-international SWLs on the Midwest and East Coast are thinking, what are these guys in California complaining about?
Yeah, I like to call it Celsius and freedom units.
All right. Well, I was in the middle of some chores, and I made the mistake of wandering into the radio room, and here we are sitting in the air chair. Anyway, continue on. You're sounding good. The stream is good. Ron, you got a good signal into the USY machine.
He's probably fundling with another heater.
He's listening to the live stream. He hasn't come up yet.
Yeah, that's the weird thing is to basically be time splitting your brain.
Well, on Saturday night, it really freaks people out when we do the echo link because they're listening. So I've figured out that what I have to do is actually key the echo link repeater about 10 seconds, or the echo link system about 10 seconds before I want the station to respond and kind of do a little monologue. So by the time they actually hear what I'm saying, they're like, oh, let me go over to this device, and it works out okay.
Yeah, during the roll call, I'm listening to you on my radio, and then I usually end up switching to the YouTube stream because I hear the Midtown people better through your radio. But sometimes I have both up at the same time. It's very confusing.
Yeah, you know what we're missing in the Central Valley is an SDR. I even talked to Ken. I said, has anybody thought about putting something up in Meadow Lakes or Bear? And I thought, well, there's probably too much RF up there to put a receiver.
I don't know. It's pretty quiet out near Ron's house. We'll just put an SDR at it out in one of the fields.
Yeah, I don't know what it takes to get into one of the systems, but Central California doesn't have any significant items. The other thing is you got to have a decent receiver and a nice antenna to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, you also have to have a lot of processing power because if you're looking at SDRing the entire HF spectrum, you have to have a lot of processing power and a lot of bandwidth.
Yeah, what I found, there's a lot of them out there, but there are only a handful when you tune into them that have a decent antenna and, like you said, have the processing power to do something. And then there's the ones that have the TCI 530 antennas that it's like a football field of wire, and it's incredible. It can be 3 watts, and it's like, I'm hearing myself at 20 over, so it is a good thing. All right, thanks for picking me up. Thanks for streaming. Again, hello to the listeners where you are live or otherwise. This is KB6GFD Fresno, and I heard someone calling from Fresno, Texas. Now, that would be a good YouTube to go to from Fresno to Fresno.
Either that or Clovis, New Mexico.
Clovis to Clovis. That would be a one to keep off on a separate little watch me live. All right, 73, or as they say on those other bands, 72 plus 1 kilowatt Bravo 6, Germany, France, Denmark.
All righty, Dennis. We'll catch you later. Ron, how's it going? And are you still cold? K6USY, Fresno.
Yeah, I got the heater fired up. Got one in front of me. That one really doesn't put out too much heat, but the one behind me does. That's actually a heater. So, yeah. Anyway, very cool. You are doing some cool deals with that. So, yeah, I can't wait till tonight. I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody else hears, or what you hear. Or is it coming from Mike's antenna?
Well, this week it's going to be coming from me until we need to make some adjustments to Mike's setup. He's running his whole house off of Wi-Fi, and he's running radios in the barn and radios in the shack, and so we got to kind of coordinate. And then he has a separate radio for 6 meters. So at least for all the other bands, he's coming off of 9700s, but he has 2 of them. So I got to, pipe in both 9700s into a computer and then be able to set up the stream remotely. And so, so this week is proof of concept. We'll see how people, like it and see if it's worth the effort to get it set up at his house. But apparently he was on 40 meters last night telling everybody what we're doing.
Well, then it looks like it's going to be a go-ahead then. So, yeah, that's kind of going to be cool. I think that's going to be really neat. And, we got to have to advertise it Friday night and get these guys, involved in it. And I was taking note on how many people that I check in Friday night that are hams. And, well, I come up with 24 for sure that I know of, or ham radio operators out of the 34 who checked in.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a decent group of people. So, it's So I figured, even when I offload, like the Bozo Nets to Mike's house, the nice thing is I'm still going to have this streaming ability, set up here. So when I'm doing things and, as I said, eventually it would be cool if we can get your computer set up at your house, and then that way everybody can hear. Because you are right, I have a lot of noise on 10 meters, and so if we could eventually get your computer hooked up to do it, then everyone would get to hear the nice, quiet bands that are out there in Biola.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I have this little extra computer, and I assume you know stuff about that. How much is in it, whatever the horsepower may be. I don't know anything. Anyway, it was dedicated to my repeater, and it is no longer. So anyway, I got an extra screen with the keypad for that, and what I use here is just my laptop. And then I also have another screen, so I could do 2 screens and off of my laptop. But I got some other little gadget where I could add other screens, I believe.
Okay, yeah, we'll find out when I start messing with Mike's. He's using these little small form factor Dell computers, which they seem to have decent specs, but the main thing that they're missing is a dedicated graphics card. And one of the things about live streaming is there's a huge benefit to having a dedicated graphics card, because my graphics card is what's encoding the video. And so as far as I can I have not noticed any slowdown on my computer by adding live streaming to it, because I have an extra piece of hardware in my computer that's doing all the video processing. But yeah, well, I mean, if you have a computer dedicated to, just to streaming, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. I know it's a bigger deal with the, the YouTuber gamer people that stream, and they're playing video games, and, so they're heavily using their computer and streaming at the same time. So we'll figure it out. I also have no idea if Mike's internet is going to be strong enough to support the streaming. So that's always a thing that can, come into question. So we'll cross off all the issues as we get to them.
Yeah, one thing, one system at a time. So don't worry about jumping on this, but whenever you're interested in checking it out, we'll do it. But you got your hands full right now with Mike getting his up and running and figuring out. And my internet server out here, it's Sebastian, so it's not that fiber stuff.
Hello.
What's your favorite?
Hello.
What's your favorite color?
Black.
Black?
Oh my gosh, it's black today. I like it. I like that, how you change colors. That's good.
Yeah, kids on the air. K6USY, Fresno. Well, and then the other, which radio are you using on Friday nights?
The 7300 ICOM. I have a 991 also sitting next to it.
Okay, because the other idea that we could play with, well, that might be a little bit more complicated for me to do. We could always do something where I can get an audio feed off of your radio, and then I produce the stream here. But then, yeah, I mean, technically we could make that work. Yeah, there's some ways to do it. But yeah, well, we'll deal with that after the new year.
Don't get yourself overloaded in all this stuff. you got three little girls there. Well, probably four, counting your wife. So, got to tend to them. They're first.
Oh yeah. So let's see. We have 5 people watching. One of those is me. I always have to take the number and -1. I don't know. Dennis might be listening from the other room doing his chores.
I think I turned mine off. I think I did. I'm not sure. It might be on over there in the other room in the house, but I'm not sure. I think I just popped off into another channel. Maybe I didn't clear it. I don't know.
That's funny. I'm hearing some other very far off stations in the background. 10 meters has been pretty busy. I talked to a guy up in Edmonton, Canada, and told him I was on YouTube, and he pulled the stream up, and he got to hear himself, coming into California. So that's kind of fun, being able to talk to people on the other side of the country and telling them, hey, if you want to hear your own signal, go to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. I think just on the Friday night, guys, they might be disappointed because I always tell everybody, you're coming in great. Yeah, I hear them, but some people like to see that big signal, so I can cheat and turn my preamp on to number 2, and they'll have a good signal.
Yep. Dennis just popped in the chat. This is the doing my chores frequency. Go ahead, over. So he's listening on his phone from the other room.
That's funny. I didn't even start my computer out here. Doesn't take much, but I just got lazy. Just ran out here, tripping all over everything scattered in the house.
Yeah, chatting on 10 meters, and then I switched over to the 9700 and talked to Dwayne on the repeater. So Dwayne's the one that told me that Mike was on 40 meters talking up the stream that we're doing for the Bozo net. So half the ham radio world, anybody that was on 40 meters last night is like, oh, they're going to be live streaming the Bozo nets.
Oh yeah, I left the Bozo, the big Bozo on my big screen in the house. I thought it looked cool. So my wife walked in, let's have a Bozo net. That's Bozo the Clown. That's the real deal.
Well, see, and that's the other cool thing is you could go into the house and keep listening to the net on your television and, go dink around in the kitchen or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It was KI6QL, Dwayne, that said that?
Yeah, Dwayne heard Mike on 40 meters last night.
Okay, usually I go messing around. There goes ring. Somebody's at my camera. Oh, the wife. She came out here. So, that's pretty good. I usually go and listen after the net around, but last night I didn't. I don't know. I went in the house and spent time with the wife. I forget, watched some TV. Went to bed. I think went to bed by 10:30.
Oh man, yeah. I think I went to bed at 12:30. Probably shouldn't have been up that late, but I was.
Yeah, I know. I do that on Friday nights, but certain times, when I feel it coming on, it's like, okay, I gotta go to bed. I'm really tired now. I think I said that last Friday. And if I happen to stay up later, then I start feeling sick and like, oh no. And I hurry up and get to bed, and I crash out. But I get up at 6:30 or something like that, just pop up.
Oh yeah, how much power are you running right now? I'm wondering if there's anybody listening in that wants to break in. K6USY, QRZ. Anybody on the frequency?
This KI5 TKD, currently mobile.
KD7 TZB is listed.
The KI5 station. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Kilo India 5 Tango Kilo Delta. Curious if you guys can hear me. I just set this radio up in my truck. You got a signal on me?
Yeah, you're in there. You're probably like an S5. What do you got them, Ron?
Yes, I do have the Kilo India 5 call there. I can hear him too. I'm about 6 or 8 miles west of Aaron there, K6USY, and this is KJ6TYO.
KJ6KYO, appreciate you coming back to my call. Yeah, I just mounted this radio. It's an Anytone Quad 5 60-watt radio, and I just got a ham stick on the truck here, and just ran everything, got the SWR looking good, and I was dialing around and heard you guys, thought I'd call out.
That's awesome. Those radios, I just kind of like consider them a CB, but you shouldn't have said that. You should have said you were talking on some high-dollar ICOM radio, and I would have believed you. That thing sounds really good. It sounds really good.
Well, we did a little bit of tweaking to it, high, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, the Yaesu's sit in the house, and this is out in the truck, so if it gets stolen, I won't feel too bad about it, because it's expensive, but not Yaesu or ICOM expensive. But can I get your call again for my log?
Sure. This is Kilo Juliet 6 Tango Yankee Oscar, and the name is Ron.
And the other station is Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. Name is Aaron, Alpha Alpha Romeo Oscar November. And we are also streaming this live on YouTube at youtube.com/K6USY.
Oh, roger that. You said K6USY, over?
Yeah, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. So if you want to hear what you sound like out here in California, you can go pull the stream up and then just back it up a little bit, and you'll hear our conversation from my side.
Oh, fantastic, guys. Well, I won't hold you up too much longer. I appreciate you calling me back. Heard you guys on, thought I'd give you a shout. I'll let you go back to your QSO. This is KI5TKD. I'll be clear on your final, sir.
Alrighty, John 73, and thanks for dropping in there. Your mobile sounding great. K6USY. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, that sounded really good, John. That's a good little setup there. Man, I might think about something like that. That was the Quad 5 or the 6?
Oh, roger that. It's just an Anytone AT5555NI. So a quad, they call it a Quad 5, but it's 5555NI. Back to you.
Okay, all right. I got that written down there. I got to check that out, because that thing sounds really good. And, yeah, right. Some of those guys have the 6s, and they sound pretty good once they get the microphone issues figured out.
Yeah, I had to crank the gain up quite a bit. I'm checking my power now. I'm getting around 40, and I have to talk pretty loud, so I might have to go in and crank the gain a little bit more, especially when the car's moving.
Okay. All right, real good. Well, hey, definitely sounds good here in California.
QSL, sir. Well, I appreciate you guys coming back to me there, Ron and Aaron. You guys have a wonderful day. It's KI5TKD. I'll say 7-3 to be clear.
All righty, John. We'll catch you later. And Ron, those radios are $260 on Amazon.
Yes, I've seen that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Because the other guys there on the Friday Night Net, I think there's 1 or 2 of those out there. So, and I know they messed around with different microphones and different little amplifiers, and they really had to figure out what went with what, because some of them didn't sound good, and then once they got it figured out, then it was good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's Let's see if there's anybody else on frequency. K6USY, QRZ.
K6USY, KD7TZV.
Yeah, I hear a KD7 call. Go and give me the rest.
I spoke with you a little bit earlier. This is Kilo David 7, Tango Zulu Victor.
Okay, yeah, I got you in there. How's it going?
Pretty good. I just cut in just to let you guys know that I'm also running one of those Anytone Quad 5 N2s, and that's what I'm using on this 16-foot inverted V dipole.
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Okay, yeah, another good sounding radio. Man, that's pretty good. Pretty good sounding radio there. Man, I just might have to pick one of those up and switch out my radio and my pickup because they're small enough to go into where my other radio is at.
Yeah, Ron, I just got this one in the mail yesterday. I have not done anything to it. Other than we built the dipole last night in the dark and put it up, and we didn't even have to cut anything. It came up as a 1.5 on the SABR.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, my call is Kilo Juliet 6 Tango Yankee Oscar. And I got yours as Kilo Delta 7 Tango Zulu Victor. So anyway, I just add to the logbook here, and hey, thanks for coming back to us.
Okay, Ron, nice speaking with you. I'll get out of the way and let you and Aaron continue your conversation, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm also talking to you.
All right, real good, and hey. Yeah, just jump in there. We're just chit-chatting. We're local. We're only 8 miles apart or less, so just jump on in there. KJ6TYO.
I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah, it's kind of fun being, ground wave to somebody local and then skywave to the same people. Because so many times here on 10 meters you can only hear half the conversation, so it's actually kind of nice that you can you can actually hear everybody because we're so close to each other.
His call was Kilo Delta 7 Tango Zulu Victor?
Yeah, Tango Zulu Victor.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually talked to him earlier on this frequency, and he said I was like the second person that he's contacted on that radio.
Oh, man, that's a good batch of radios, because there was 2 good sounding ones, and it sounded like they were just good to go right out of the box, because I think it's the guy in North Fork, Chris, and I know he really struggled with his microphones. I think he had to drill one out, he changed different microphones, and then one amp would work with it, another one wouldn't, but these guys are, man, they're straight out of the box. And, 65 watts or less, they sound really good.
Yeah, and relatively inexpensive. I've seen a lot of, reviews for radios like that, and they say, because some people say you're wasting your money on a 10-meter only rig, and it's like, well, if you're only a technician and you don't know if you're going to like HF or not, you spend the less than $300 to get on 10 meters. And then if you really like it, you go get your general, go get a full capable HF rig, and you take that $300 rig and you give it to another technician.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I think you're onto something.
Yeah, if I ever did HF in the car, I don't think I'd ever do the low bands in the car, but I could swing a 10-meter rig maybe. I have no clue where I'd put the antenna. It'd probably be one of those things where I'd do like a ham stick and I'd only put it on the car on a long trip and just hope 10 meters is open.
Well, you're going on a long trip, so there you go. Better save your money for it. Get you like a little Wilson magnet mount and Tune it in between those two certain bands, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, but I'm already going to take the 705, and it already has 10 meters. But yeah, no, I'm gonna when we go to Texas, I'll have the 705 hooked up to a mag mount, and I'll have my HF stuff with me. I might have to do some hotel parking lots on the air. Hoda, there you go, Hoda.
Wow. Now, are you kidding about the Walmart? The guys that are doing Walmarts on the air?
No, there's actually a website for it. I'll have to pull it up and send it to you.
Oh my God, that's crazy. And I was, once again, messing around YouTube, and something ditch banks come up. Ditch bank, oh gosh, I don't know. It showed a ditch bank, and it looked like out in the desert, because there was farm ground, and then it showed it goes out to the desert to nothing. So I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll have to do some a photo shoot out here on the ditch bank.
Well, I was thinking if we keep streaming Friday nights, we need some kind of a logo or image or something. So I might need to go take a decrepit picture of a ditch bank or something, or a dike or something. And we'll put that up every time I set the stream up.
Yeah, I could go mount an antenna along the ditch bank and put a little radio on the table there. So you get a picture of the ditch and the water, the antenna, and a radio.
I got a camera. We can make this happen.
I almost didn't say something because I know you're the camera guy.
Okay, so I just sent you the link. It's Whiskey Mike Papa Lima Oscar Tango Alpha.org. Walmart parking lots on the air.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, and the banner image on the website, of course, is one of those like portable arrow antennas that you can use for satellite work. It's pretty funny. K6U West Y, Fresno.
Oh my gosh. Well, it is a true deal. I can't believe it. Oh, they even got rules and awards. Wow.
There we go. Every time somebody walks in, I got to make sure my mic is muted on the stream. Yeah, apparently the baby knocked over her cup, and so the things are going on in the family room.
Hey, go ahead. I think it was Dell, KD7 TZV.
Oh, was he back in there?
Which one? Which one do you want information on, Dell? Oh, Walmart's on the air. What was the info on that? You sent me the text. I've already been scrolling. What do you look up there, Aaron, for Walmart's on the air? WMPLOTA.
Yeah, I can't quite tell if it's a joke or a real thing, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, so it does say you can follow us on Twitter at WMPLOTA, Walmart parking lots on the air. That's what that stands for. And post using hashtags, I don't know. We can't tell if it's a legit deal.
Well, and then the funny thing is, if you scroll down, they have a list of Walmarts that are in 2 grid squares so that you can get a twofer.
Wow, we might be able to do that here in our valley.
Okay, let's see if we can. Oh, stop playing with the mic. Let's see if we can get the baby on the radio. Okay, come on, say hi. Nope, she's just staring at the mic.
Was that enough information for you, Dale? KD7TZB? Okay, we have the 0 call. What are you calling ham radio hardware from Walmart? What exactly do they have?
I purchased a 10FJ RF sensing antenna switch. And I thought that at Walmart it was the lowest price of all the other vendors.
Really? I'll be darned. And that's by MFJ, that switch?
Yeah, it's RF sensor switch.
I'll be darned. Well, and it was in the store, or is this you just order online?
By model number and among all the other vendors.
All righty. Well, we'll have to look into that. I think this 10-meter here has been pretty informational today. And your call was Whiskey 0, India, Charlie, Quebec. Is that correct?
Roger. Spot on.
All right. Well, the call here is Kilo Juliet 6, Tango Yankee Oscar. The name is Ron, and we're in the center of California here in the Central Valley.
Yeah, I used to live in Stockton about 100 years ago.
And I've probably been to Stockton 1,000 times about 30 years ago.
I tried to avoid Stockton.
Oh, wow, my buddy was from Nebraska. I think, well, he always just said Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, I used to tell people that I was born in Central America, Omaha.
Omaha, okay.
Where in Nebraska was your buddy from?
Well, he said Lincoln, and let's see, his mom and dad still live back there, and then he went into the service, I think, the Navy, and he ended up at Washington, and then he was in California for almost 20 years, and now he's in Tennessee, and he is a ham radio operator.
I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm trying to get my work all states, and I've got 48 states. The only 2 states I can't get is Iowa and Nebraska because I'm too close.
Oh, man. Wait, we should get him somehow.
Well, I was told by a friend about a antenna for 80 meters long, and there's a Midwest network, a few guys from Nebraska on that, and I could probably capture the one from there. Iowa, I don't know, I just have to get lucky, I guess.
Yeah. I know some Iowegians over there, but unfortunately, they're not ham radio operators.
That's what we used to call them when I lived in Nebraska.
And that's where I got that from. From my buddy that was from Nebraska. Oh, yeah. He used to tell me all kinds of stuff.
Well, hey, I'll let you guys go. I just had to toss out there that you can get ham radio equipment at Walmart of all places. Surprised the heck out of me. Good price. I ordered it, got it like 2 days later, and I installed it. So. You guys have yourself a good evening. KJ6YTO. This is Whiskey here in Indian Sound Company.
All right, it's Tango Yankee Oscar. Tip yourself over, or yeah, TYO. All right, have a good one, Randall.
Man, Ron, we just sit here and chat, and we'll just bring people in. This is better than calling CQ all day long.
Yeah, I can't operate a computer and talk. I just get in a big rush and flustered, and I can't get the call down. I got to hear somebody's call like 10 times before I get even, I don't know, bad hearing. But, yeah, so he was saying, did you hear that? You get ham radio equipment at Walmart.
Yeah, I didn't start really hearing them until the end. You obviously, again, have a lower noise floor than I do. But, yeah, that's, I don't know, man. There's some really random products that end up on Walmart's app, and then occasionally they make their way into the stores. I wouldn't necessarily call the MFJ stuff quality ham radio products, but it's good to see some of it's there.
Yeah, somehow I got on Granger's website. Granger, I think they sell, I don't know, hardware, drills, stuff like that, parts and things like that. So anyway, I somehow got on their inventory deal. They had an ICOM 7300, and it was the one in Fresno.
Yeah, I found that too. Did you look at the price on it? It's outrageous. K6USY, Fresno.
Yeah, I think this has been like, several years ago when I found that, and I thought, well, that's kind of odd. Maybe somebody there bought it or not bought it. The purchasing order agent maybe had something like that delivered there, and nobody wants to buy it. Maybe he'd probably have to get it for well over half off.
So the pipe I put in the ceiling that my coax runs through up into the attic, I got it from Granger.
Oh, so that icon was still on there?
Yeah, the last time I looked, but as I said, the price was outrageous. I will pull this up live. Here we go. Hold on. Let's go look up Granger's website.
It'd be funny to go in there and say, hey, you have this in stock? Man, that must be old stock. You probably had it for several years. How about if I sell it to you for a quarter, or buy it from you for a quarter of what it costs?
Okay, Granger.com is listing that they have the ICOM 7300 for $2,400.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, make it 16th of that.
I bet you, I don't know if they're selling it as like a, because there's certain places that can only buy things from certain vendors, and it's one of those things that there are places that would use an HF transceiver as a receiver. That's the only thing I can think of. Ships from they don't have it in stock. They ship it from their supplier. I don't think you can pick it up from let's see. Well, you can pick it up from the local store, but they have to ship it there first.
I'll be darned. Yeah, it's a little bit outrageous there. So he's making some bucks on that deal.
Well, and then the funny thing is they have other radios listed. The second you bring that radio up, let's see here. What's this one? That's one of the big boys. They have the 7851. The 7851, which is I believe a $14,000 radio. You can buy it from Granger for $19,000.
Oh man, I might go down there with my cash in hand, and I might get two of them. KJ6TYO.
You might as well just buy a used car. They have a receiver. They have the receiver, the big, the R8600 for $3,700, and then I think I saw a 7610. Let's see here. Yeah, the 7610, which is normally like a $3,000 radio, is $6,000 from Grainger. I don't know why they have these listed on their website, and I don't know what they're smoking. So let's see. It's under their electronic and batteries, and then electronic communications equipment, audio equipment, two-way radios and accessories, two-way radios, and then ham two-way radios. They have a category called ham two-way radios. Oh, they sell handhelds. Oh, that's fun. Let's see. They sell the V86, the ICOM V86 for $200, which is overpriced. It looks like all they sell is ICOM equipment. That is really funny.
So on some of these places I go to, those facilities I pick up my my loads from, I notice their handheld, their little walkie-talkies are ICOM. So maybe they get them from a place like that, and maybe ICOM says, well, you need to carry some of this other stuff, and they probably say, well, we don't want to inventory that, but go ahead. You tell us what we got to put on there so we get the good deal. So I bet you that's what they do. They mark it up so high that they just don't want to have to deal with it if somebody would happen to order it.
That's got to be what they're doing, because, yeah, if you go look under their, like, business radios, they sell business radios, FRS radios, and they sell stuff from Motorola and Kenwood and ICOM. But it wouldn't surprise, and they sell marine radios. So you can look at the marine radio, and they sell the ICOM marine radios. It looks like, I bet you're right, to be an ICOM dealer, they have to take the entire inventory.
Yeah, exactly. I seen one of those ICOM marine radios for sale one time, and they're pretty expensive, but this one, it was like, they only wanted $300, and I'm thinking, okay, it does a marine band, so it does 2 meter, but it did some HF, and it was like, they had it listed as like 300-watt radio or 350 watt. I thought that was kind of an odd number, but I never checked into it any further to see. I go, man, that might be a good deal.
Yeah, that's because it looks like most of the marine handhelds are like 2, 5, or 6 watts, and then all the mobiles are 25.
But it had HF in it too.
Oh, interesting. That is a good deal.
Yeah, something used. I can't remember, Craigslist or what's that, OfferUp. I was on all those junky sites.
Interesting. Okay. Well, for anybody listening to this conversation, Ron and I are in Central California. We're neighbors. We usually just get on here and talk about ridiculous things. I am also streaming on YouTube, so if you're interested in seeing what we're doing on the other end, youtube.com/K6USY. Anybody on frequency wish to put out their call sign, go ahead. We got to keep our audience riveted.
Yeah, let's see. I've got 3 contacts now, and the last contacts I had was the 10th of October, and before that, the 12th. 10th of October, September 16th, and then, oh my gosh, December of 2022. Yeah, I've been bad. I haven't been logging stuff. But then again, I think my computer was down, or, well, I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, and I go spurts without logins. Because most of the time when I talk to you guys locally, I'm not putting it in the log or whatever. on the Bozo net, if I talk to one of the guys like in Atascadero, or I talk to the guy down in like Lake Isabella, I'll put that in the log, but I don't put any of the local guys in the log.
Yeah, maybe this deal tonight will give me a kick in the butt to go set up my better antennas. And I can't figure out that homemade one has got issues, I think. But sometimes I go out there and squirt it with water and give it a kick in the pole, and it works.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting once, when and if we can get this running from Mike's house, just to hear what he hears. That's what I'm kind of interested in. The only problem is what's going to happen. Well, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm going to be listening on my radio, as long as I can, and then I'm going to be forced to switch over to the stream just so that I can hear the other side of the conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But that will be interesting. Kind of getting the itch here to maybe take down a tower that's up and put my little beams up there just so it'll be well over the rooftop. And then that way I could actually turn it to different areas and probably could hear them. Because I could hear a Atascadero on it. So I know they have a little bit of altitude, but,
Yeah, I've worked Atascadero. I've worked the crazy one. Was it? I worked Santa Cruz on 432 with my loops.
Yeah, I can hear somebody in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, and then I told you about working Nevada. So it depends on the conditions, but yeah, pretty much. The second mic turns up to like the Bay Area and like up towards Sacramento, I can't hear half those people.
I think there's a guy in Brentwood I could hear.
Did you look at I think I sent you a link. Did you look at the pictures I took at Mike's house yesterday? Man, he's got a ton of antennas.
Oh, yeah, I was going to comment on that. Was awesome, man. Those are some good shots, man. Good shots.
He told me in his entire ham radio career, he has never used a tuner once. And I was like, well, Mike, you don't need a tuner when you own an antenna company and you can literally have a beam dedicated to each HF band. Because he's like, oh, yeah, on this tower I got 10 meters and this one's got 17 and this one's got 6. And I'm like, and that one's got 40. I'm like, Mike, yeah, you don't need a tuner. You literally have resonant and beam antennas, multi-element beam antennas on every band.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's probably got 2 of each, probably 3 or 4 of each on some of them other ones, but yeah, that was my thoughts too. So that's why I have that one beam I got there. I think it's good for about 5 bands, but yeah, it's kind of iffy on a couple. But yeah, it's kind of what I wanted to do because I wanted to have the amplifier and wanted everything to be pretty close.
Yeah, on the VHF, UHF bands, he's got multiple stacked elements that are phased and split, and then he's running a ton of power through each one. It's crazy. And how spread out all of his stuff is. He's got to run this ridiculously thick coax out to these towers because a couple one of his towers is like 150 feet away from the house.
Yeah, that's what my buddy did. Oh gosh darn, I shut something off. Man, what did I do here? The logbook went away. Yeah, I know. That's what my buddy had to do. I go, how far is your antenna away from your house? 350 feet. I go, oh my God. He goes, yeah, but I got all hard line.
Yeah, I was joking. He took me up onto one of the hills where he doesn't have antennas, and to get some shots of the house. And I told him he should put a tower up here, and he's like, "Oh, well, I used to do that, but it was a little too far away." And then I was jokingly telling him he needed to get a 905 because the 905 uses between the radio and the RF module is Cat5. So you can just run a big giant piece of Cat5, and then your actual RF unit is up by the antennas on the tower. So you don't need to run hardline.
Yeah, I'm working on screwing up my computer again. Gosh darn it. Oh, I forget what I even touched to make it go away. Darn it.
Did you look at your computer wrong?
Pretty much. I moved something and, all my logbook went away.
Well, let's see if there's anybody else on frequency. K6USY, Central California. Anybody on frequency listening to this nonsense conversation? Yeah, I got to give that a try every once in a while. You never know who's going to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, looks like the East Coast is open to Japan right now. That must be because of the Gray Line. Yeah, Gray Line is coming through Minnesota down to Florida. And right now those guys are able to work into Japan. Did you ever get on 6 meters last night?
You know, it was about when I was shutting everything off, and yeah, it was nothing.
Let's see here. I worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that was on. Oh, that's on my other log. I was counting the wrong thing. I always log my VHF and up stuff in a separate log. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 people. It is all FT8. I think the farthest one that was away was in Chicago. It was kind of weird. I was being heard in Colorado, and then I was being heard in Illinois. So it was like single hopping to Chicago, to Colorado, and then double hopping to Illinois. And then I also worked a guy in Mexico, but he was down near the Texas border. So that was kind of interesting.
I'll be darned. Wow. Okay. Well, I lost my logbook. I'll just shut it off and stay calm and try it later.
Which program are you using?
Ham Radio Deluxe.
Are you using an old version of it, or did you pay for it?
I thought I paid for it.
Okay, yeah, I used to use Ham Radio Deluxe back when it was free, and then the guy that developed it, I think, died, and so somebody else took it over and then commercialized it, and then now you have to pay for it, which is fine. I have no problem with paying for quality software, but yeah, I was just curious. I've been using N1MM just because it's free, and it's I was able to get it to talk to both of my radios simultaneously, and it does what I need it to do.
What's it called? N1MM?
Yeah, November 1, Mike.
That's funny. That comes up on my screen. Right below Ham Radio Deluxe, it has that. I got QSL. I got two of those. Oh, rotor. N1MM rotor. I don't know. QSL, TQSL. I got all kinds of stuff. I don't even know what they do.
Do you just get on there and go click, 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 click?
Yeah, I think that's what screws it up.
When too many clicks. K6USY, Fresno.
Yeah, and I got my mouse. The old mouse is weird too. It's got some kind of glitch. I just think it's got cerebral palsy sometimes.
Yeah, so it tells me right now 3 people are watching. One of those is me. One of those could be your device in the other room, and a third mystery person. I don't know if Dennis is still listening.
What? At the flight tracker now, seeing if I don't know, man. CHP was flying around my house. That's kind of weird. Right. Something's got to be going on. Well, here he is. Let's see. He is in. Looks like he landed at Madeira. And he's flying back my way.
They're probably going to come right over your house.
Yeah, he already was earlier on, about an hour ago. So he must be doing a practice.
Oh, and I talked to a guy in Tennessee again on 10 Meter FM. I made two contacts on 10 Meter FM this afternoon, so there were some people up there.
Really? My buddy needs to hurry up and get his stuff together. Well, he's not going to do it now because now it'll get cold and the ground, you don't want to dig a hole and the ground freezes, so yeah, I don't know. He's got some kind of temporary setup, but yeah, he's just being lazy.
What?
Keep throwing stuff at him. So, maybe with your stream, that'll give him the bug, and then send him pictures of Mike's stuff. But Mike used to get on his nerves. He goes, "Oh my God, he's just like my father-in-law, stubborn old German."
Where does your buddy live? Is this the one that moved to Tennessee?
Yeah, he's in somewhere by Livingston, Tennessee. His call is W6NCB. His name is Jeremy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So he moved out there, and then he's been sitting on his butt and hasn't put it up any antennas. Yeah. Tisk tisk.
Yeah, he's been moved out there, and I think it's almost been 2 years now. And now he decided to get a job, so that's his excuse. So he is procrastinating like I have been for the last, oh my gosh, how long I've had them towers now? 5 or 6 years.
That's okay. I moved into this house in 2015 and procrastinated putting up anything for 8 years, so it is what it is.
Well, the first couple kids, you had to be doing a lot of stuff there. So now the third one, you know how to do it. So now you get back into it.
Well, there's also the other component of the house is new. I don't want to put any holes in it.
Oh, so you got over that, huh?
Yeah, that took a couple years. Yeah, we still have the floor mat when you come into the house that says, "I must ask you to take off your shoes."
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I'm well over that here. I drilled a hole through the wall to run a cable through. Actually, in the bathroom, the master bedroom, bathroom, whatever, so I could put a TV in the bathroom for my wife. So when she's getting ready in the morning for school, she could watch the news or whatever. And then I did that between the garage and the office, so I could run a wire that's plugged into the router box into the garage for that Fusion Wires Xbox.
Oh yeah, it was it a little part of me inside died when I drilled that, made that hole in the roof of my wife's closet for the coax, but it's paying off. Cuz now every time I run another piece of coax, it takes like 2 minutes to run it through that pipe and then plug it again.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so I shut that logbook stuff, the ham radio deluxe off. So now I turn it back on, and now, I don't have my logbook doesn't come up. My spotter comes up, but above my spotter I got the big giant map of the world with 28.455 in big bold numbers there.
So it must be halfway talking to your radio if it knows what frequency you're on.
Yeah, and then on my other screen it does have the radio pane up, the kind of chintzy-wincy one from Ham Radio Deluxe, but I hate to X that out because I know it's going to happen. Nothing will be there. That's kind of cool, though. Guess if I push something, I can't even see where I add a call. Where's my add button at? Oh, well. That's interesting.
You got to put one of those big TVs up on the wall, and then there's these like HDMI devices that you can get that will put a world map up, and then you can like put a bunch of different ham radio related things on the TV. That's what you need. A 60-inch TV on the wall. K6USY Fresno, also streaming at youtube.com/K6USY.
KJ6TYO. Oh, yeah. Huh, lost that. That's interesting. Used to be a little thing up there I could click on that said logbook, and it's gone. Gosh.
Yeah, say hello to the internet, Ron.
I hate the internet. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, but you got to say hello to it.
Oh, hello, internet. Please help me.
Oh, let's see here. Sporadic E opening on 6 meters. Best estimate, maximum usable frequency, 81 megahertz above FM 11. Foxtrot November 11. That's on the East Coast, if I remember right. Pull up the DX map here, and we'll go over to 6 meters. And yeah, there's a little bit of 6 meter activity, but yeah, that's over on the East Coast. Yeah, I keep hearing people in the background, but they're not strong enough to make out.
Yeah, pretty light, echoey.
See, I'm waiting for, and well, probably if we sat here long enough, which probably not going to do. Wait for the gray line to come, and you'll be sitting here having a conversation. All of a sudden, someone from Japan will come in. Well, I might go get me some more caffeine and see what the wife and kid are doing in the other room. They're decorating for Christmas, and I did my job. I put the Christmas tree up, and then I walk away.
for you. All right, well, I think I'm going to walk away before I get frustrated with this man.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go tune the radio somewhere else and mute my mic, and I will be back. K6USY, Fresno.
All right, we'll catch you at KJ60Y.
Alrighty, to those of you listening online, I'm gonna mute my microphone and I'll find something for you guys to listen to. K6USY.
Yeah, fine. Mr. Fine. Now, just thanks so much information. Thanks so much. But Japan local time is almost a Monday morning here. But also it's a very, very short sunshine morning here. Seems about 15 degrees centigrade here. How about you over there? Over?
Exactly the same. It is 15 degrees Celsius here in Las Vegas. It is around 2:45 p.m. in the afternoon. Blue sky and sunshine. Roger?
Roger. Thank you, sir. Call Kingston so much. This is 73. I want to meet you listen. Yes, usually very, very so come to today's morning, so also very so quiet. It's a hold on 20 video line. Very, very good happy here. Thank you so much. Which is 73. Victor kilowatt number 3 and number 2. Tango X-ray Boston. Stroke whiskey number 7. Japan, Florida, number 1. F Hotel, Mexico. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Roger. Good morning. Bye-bye.
Arigato. Bye-bye. Something, Victor? Victor Sierra, Victor Sierra, Victor? Boston Sierra, Victor? Kilowatt number 7, Boston Sierra, Victor, correct? Yeah, fine. Euros are 5 by 5 at QSL. Yeah, Idaho, thank you so much. Which is 73, Kilo 7, Boston Sierra Victor, Japan, Florida, number 1, F Hotel, Mexico. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you. Papa Whiskey.
Whiskey 4, Papa Whiskey.
Whiskey 4, Papa Whiskey. Thank you, Aquila. 5 by 8 at QSL.
QSL 58, you're 69. Nice to drive to the state of Kentucky near Fort Knox.
Yeah, Martha, thank you, Lighter Report, 19 information. Thanks so much. But my name is Jim, Japan, India, Mexico, JIN. Jim is my Kendo, my QTC City over Yokohama, QSL.
QSL, James, and thank you for the contact. You have a very nice signal into the state here this evening. Wish you a good morning over there in Japan.
Yeah, fine. Thank you for calling to my chat with me. Which is 73. I want to meet the duration. 73, Tunnel Home, Japan. Whiskey number 4, Papa Whiskey, Japan, Florida, number 1, F Hotel, Mexico. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care now.
Thank you.
Whiskey 7, Papa Juliet Sierra.
Papa Juliet Sierra.
Roger, good evening. You're 5 by 9 in Middle Tennessee. The handle is Paul Ishida.
Yeah, Paul, synchronized report, nice information. Thanks so much. You also very so quick. It is a 5 by 8. Very good copy here. Whiskey number 7, Papa Juliet Sierra, Japan, Florida, number 1, F Hotel, Mexico. Do you copy? Over.
I copy you 5 and 9, Ishida. Very good copy. Very nice modulation. Thanks for coming back to me. I wish you a a wonderful week coming up, and the best of 73s, Ashita.
Yeah, upon the Central Concentration at Chattanooga, which is 73. Whiskey number 7, Papa Juliet Sierra, Japan, Florida, number 1, Echo Hotel, Mexico. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Arigato.
Arigato. Bye-bye.
Kilo to Tango, Tango. Kilo to Tango, Tango.
Charlie X-ray, 6 Delta Zulu. Whisky 7 Charlie, radio adelante.
Those are sitting up at about 100 and, let's see, 100 and, oh gosh, I got to remember now, 105 and 100, if I recall. And then I'm not sure why here. Very strange what's going on here. Okay, there we go. I got it back. Anyway, on that tower I have a range of antennas from 6 meters to 2 meters to 222, 432, 70 centimeters, if you will. And then on up through, all the bands on up through 3 gigahertz. So that's the other tower. So that'll give you an idea. Those are all rather long boom arrays with pairs of antennas. So that's the crazy station here. Unfortunately, I'm into my 70s also. I'm 72 here, Taka, and maintenance is getting to be a little bit more of a chore than it ever used to. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. Hey, Chad. I believe I was so many of you, and we are very glad to see how good you can come. And you said you are crazy for happiness. You are crazy. Crazy all the time. Very good. And so I think you are going to not only radio check, but also HFI, because you have a 240 and 234 network, but you are 50 soon. And you can operate on most of the HFI back with such a big antenna. Yeah, very good. And one question is that you train up by yourself such a very powerful antenna. Like myself, 20, 30, 40 meters. Instead of can you do it without any support, any help?
Call it Whiskey Bravo 5, Papa Oscar India. 5 and 7 into Northeast Texas, USA. Over.
Northeast Texas. Hello, Whiskey Baker 5, Papa Oscar India. Whiskey Baker 5, Papa Oscar India. Juliet Alpha 1, Uniform, Tango, Quebec. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for your call.
You're 5 and 7, 57. The name here is Tatsu. Kilo, Alpha, Tango, Sierra, Uniform. My name is Tatsu, and I'm located near Tokyo. I wonder how you're reading my signal there in northeastern Texas. Back to you, Kilo, Whiskey Baker 5, Papa, Ontario, India. Juliet Alpha 1, Uniform Tango, Quebec, QSL?
QSL, Tatsu, good signal, 5 and 7 into northeast Texas. Got a good copy on you. And the handle here is John. John is the handle, Juliet Oscar Hotel, November. John is the handle, and we're located in northeast Texas, near Sulphur Springs, Texas. So you're still 5 and 7 and holding up good there, Tatsu. And copied Tokyo, and you're good 5 and 7. Over.
You're fine. Thanks a lot, John, for the report. 5 and 7. They're from northeastern Texas. Again, you're 5 and 7 coming to worldwide here near Tokyo. I won't hold it too long, John. I enjoyed the short contact, and we'll be seeing you many more times. Back to you for your final. Whiskey Baker 5, Papa, Ontario, India. GA1, Uniform Tango, Quebec. QSL, John?
QSL, 73, Tatsu, and appreciate the contact. And we'll talk to you later. Juliet Alpha 1, Uniform Tango, Quebec. This is WB5POI. Be clear.
Enjoy the short contact, John, and we'll see you soon. 73, WB5, Papa, Ontario, India. Juliet Alpha 1, Uniform Tango, Quebec. Good afternoon. 73, John.
73.
Good signal. Hello, CI4, Zulu, Juliet. King India 4, Zulu, Juliet. Japan America 1, Uniform Tango, Quebec. Good afternoon. Or should I say good evening? Thanks a lot for your call. You're 5 and 8, 58. The name is Tatsu. Kilo, Alpha, Tango, Sierra, Uniform, Tatsu. And I'm located near Tokyo. I wonder if you can read me there. Kilo India 4, Zulu, Juliet. Juliet Alpha 1, Uniform, Tango, Quebec. QSL?
Here, Minnesota.
Near Wabasha, outside of Wabasha, on the bluffs of the Mississippi River. We're in the southeastern part of the state. Good signal. Running a little 7300 here into an Alpha 87A. Right now it's about 400 or 500 watts, and the antenna is 4 elements. It's a multi-pro 57, 4 elements on this band, and it's about 65 feet. Taxi come Steve, Whiskey Zulu 7 Echo, KI0F.
But, for Ed Road, I don't think I don't like it. So, he's saying, I'm okay, everything's fine, I'm going to do everything.
Tango Sugar. Here is near Tokyo, Japan 71, Oscar United Tango 73. Bye-bye.
Whiskey Baker, Bravo Italy Zulu, Charlie X-Ray 6 Delta Whiskey 4, Bravo Italy Zulu.
It's difficult. I think a closer from the Charlie X-ray from South America. Charlie X-ray. Come again?
Okay, Mark, how are you? Charlie X-ray 6 Delta Zulu. Charlie X-ray 6 Delta Zulu.
QSL, Charlie X-ray 6 Denmark Zulu. Good morning to you and good evening on Joanne.
I copy you very good. 25S7 to 8, 5 by 7 to 8, with me into my hand near Tokyo, Japan, in this Monday morning. My name is Mac, Mike America Charlie. Mike America Charlie, Mac is my name. Good copy. Charlie X-ray 6, Denmark Zulu, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar Uniform Tango from near Tokyo. Over.
Okay, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar Uniform Tango, Charlie X-ray 6, Delta Zulu, Uruguay, South America 5758, 5758, Uruguay Mark. Thank you very much for taking my call. 72, muchas gracias, arigato, sayonara, bye-bye.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for the QSL. Charlie X-ray 6, Denmark Zulu, JG180. Thank you very much for the food following your problem 7 to 8. Also problem 7 to 8 with me. IC73 for now. Charlie X-ray 6, Denmark Zulu, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar United Tango from your Tokyo. 73. Good evening. Bye-bye.
Delta Zulu. Bye-bye, 73,
Whiskey 4, Bravo, Italy, Zulu.
Okay, many station comment. Thank you very much for the paying attention towards me. I think at one station I was able to copy a part of your call sign. Bravo, India, Zulu. Bravo, India, Zulu. Give me a list of your calls, please, over.
QSL, my call is Whiskey 4, Bravo, Italy, Zulu. QSL?
QSL, 100% copy. Whiskey 4, Bravo, India, Zulu. This is near Tokyo, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar, United Tango. Very good morning, good evening. Your fuel call is 4257, 5 and 5 to 7 with me, latest QSL near the door. A good copy into my hand. And this Monday morning. Name here is Mac, by the way. Mike America Charlie. Mac is my name. I have all over Japanese name though. Whiskey 4, Bravo, India, Zulu. Japan, Germany 1, Oscar, United Tango. Over.
QSL, Mac, very fine copy. You're 57 to 58 in the state of Alabama, and my name is Bill. I spell Bravo, Italy, Lima, Lima. Beautiful audio here this evening. So good morning to you, Mac.
Okay, very good indeed. Thank you very much. Nice to hear from all the way from Alabama, baby. And thank you very much. Good copy. I had a good feeling report from Bill. I copy 100% little QSL here though into my hand. Oh, Bill, I'd like to say weather-wise in this morning in Japan, I'm here. A clear sky, I think blue skies, but the temperature quite low. The sun is out now, quite brighter outside my city orange, but temperature still below zero. -5. Outside very, very cold, but inside my cutie is very coffee. But very, very good copy, and your appropriation must be open. W4BIZ JG1OUT. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, very good, Mac. Well, the weather here this evening is 61 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 20 degrees Celsius, and it was raining, and now it's
this has been nothing with FT3000, 800 auto with 4 of them, and I believe maybe heading towards me. Okay, very, very good. I almost done, but FT3000. So I think my goodness, even older down here, IC7600 icon model, IC7600, and ICPW and Papa Willie 1 solid state icon model linear fire. 1kW into a 7-element motor under 7-element Yagi, which is about 80 feet above the ground in the air now heading towards you. Okay, Bill, thank you very much for the QSL with a nice propagation between us. IC73, and good evening to you, and good morning from here. Whiskey 4, Bravo, India, Zulu, Bill, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar, United States. See you around, over.
All right, Mac, thank you for the nice QSO 73s from Alabama. This is Whiskey 4, Bravo,
Germany Radio.
Okay, Whiskey United Juliet. Whiskey United Juliet. Whiskey United Juliet. Come again?
Germany radio.
Okay, I think a Kilo November 6, Kilo November 6, Whiskey United Japan, over. Very good. Kilo November 6, Whiskey United Juliet, Japan, Germany 1, Austria United, Tokyo. Very good morning to you. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the tuning in. Calling with 5 and 6 to 7. Ali welcome you. You feel 5 and 4. 5 and 4 to 5 and 5 and Tokyo 5 on you. Into my end near Tokyo, Japan. QDH again. Near Tokyo. And my name is Mac. Mike America Charlie. Mike America Charlie. Mac is my name. Thank you very much for the QSL. Kilo November 6, Washington United Juliet, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar United Tango from near Tokyo. Symmetry, my friend, over. Bye-bye.
November 9, Germany radio.
Station with the Germany Lovers, Germany Radio, Germany Lovers. Come again?
Yes, good evening, November 9, Tokyo, Germany radio. QSL?
QSL, November 9, Tango, Germany Lovers, JG1LUT. Very good morning, good evening. It feels good. 5 and 4 to 5 and 6. 5 and 4 to 5 and 6 with me in this not only, but Monday morning. Name here is Mac. Mike Alpha Charlie. Mike Able Charlie. Mac is my name. And the kitty IT is near Tokyo. November 9, Tango Germany Radio, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar United Tango. Over.
Roger, Roger, Mac. Roger, Roger. Your report is also the same. 5556 at the moment. Also the same. Name is Andy, Alpha Norway Delta Yankee. Located in Chicago, Illinois. Just running here, no amplifier. At 200 watts max. Yaesu 101 mic Papa. Yaesu 101 mic. Just 200 watts. To a 4-element step IR. 4-element step IR Mac at QSL.
QSL, Andy. I'd like to say congratulations. You get a new toy. FTDX 101 mic portable. Oh, very, very good, Adrian. Oh, I think, Andy, how do you like it? I'm running 1 kilowatt, but even older than yours. IC7600. But I know it's a linear amplifier. ICPW1, Papa Weedy 1, solid state linear. 1 kW into a 7-element motor bundle. Okay, very good, Andy. Thank you very much for the QSL all the way from Illinois. Now, November 9, Tango, Germany, Robert, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar, Uniform, Tokyo. Andy, you take it for final. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Mac. Good to hear you, and good to hear JA on 10 meters again. Glad to hear JA is back in 10. 7-3, Mac. JG1 OUT, November 9, Tango Golf Radio. Bye-bye.
Okay, Andy, thank you very much for the QSL short chat, though. IC73, November 9, Tango Germany Radio, Japan, Germany 1, Oscar, United Tango. Andy, you take it. Here on. It's Eagle 1, Alpha Hotel
Victor, Echo 7, Bravo, November Romeo.
I think a Victor Echo 7. Victor Echo 7, Bravo, November, Robert. Victor Echo 7, Bravo, November, Radio. Over.
Bravo, November Romeo. The name here is Gordon. Golf, Oscar Romeo, Golf, Oscar November.
Oh, very, very good, Gordon. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you very much for the channel and calling all the way from British Columbia. Intermining near Tokyo, Japan. Oh, by the way, Gordon, report from me to you 5x3 to 4, about a 100% copy. Very, very good copy of you, and very, very nice in our progression between us. Name here is Mac. Mike Alpha Charlie. I have all long Japanese name, though. Just call me Mac. And QTH is near Tokyo. Victor Echo 7 Bravo November Radio. This is near Tokyo, Japan, Germany 1. Oscar United Tango. Go ahead, Gordon.
Okay, I'm back. I'm wondering why the audio from the radio has been a little wonky. Well, we'll see how it does.
Doing well with it. And I do have a venture paddle here, too, that worked quite well with the 7300.
Whiskey Zulu 7 Echo. That antenna's doing wonders for you, Steve. Cans, they're around.
Yeah, in typical 10 meters, you can only hear half the conversation. All righty. Let's go back to... Is the frequency in use Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee? Anybody using 28.455 K6USY Fresno?
No, nobody else.
Nobody else but us people in Fresno?
No, there's about 5 others just before you keyed up, a moment or so, K6YTG. And then, just before you keyed up, nothing.
Well, Ron and I were on here earlier. I am also currently live streaming on YouTube, so there's some people listening in over there.
Oh, no, just what I don't want to be heard.
Too late.
I knew better. Anyway, good luck, and I'll be back listening. And I heard you earlier, but I was listening and not keying up.
That's all good. Yeah, band's open. I was hearing a little bit of Japan coming in, so the band's definitely shifting from the east to the west.
Yeah, I can hear it every so often. Just it's in and out. So you never know.
Alrighty, sir. We'll catch you later. K6USY Fresno.
K6Y TG. Back listening.
CQ 10 meters Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee 28.455. Well, I could switch over to FT8 for a second before I shut this down. Maybe we'll go see what's going on down there. So give me a second here. I will fire up the other scene. Okay, there we go. And the radio should be a lot quieter now. And we're going to go to 10 meters, and I need to turn it down on my headphones, because that noise is obnoxious. There we go. Switch over to virtual audio. Retune the Antron. Switch over to digital, and then I also need to change my polling rate for the app. There we go. Yeah, it's a strong signal in there. Okay, I'm gonna filter this out to people calling CQ. Okay, let's find Yeah, 50 watts should be fine. That looks like a good spot. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, there we go. And our first taker, November 0 Lima Sierra Romeo. That's why it took my computer an extra second to decode that one. Let's see, what other... Seen Argentina, Japan, Uruguay. A little bit of DX. And Russia. That's always fun. Let's see if we can work Russia. I've worked Russia before, but... Yeah, see if we can work Russia. It's funny, there's certain places nowadays that you only see on FT8, but you don't hear them. And two people trying to call me while I'm going to call Russia. That's okay. Yeah, so somebody's making some noise that's not FT8 noise. What's really funny is when you hear people's Windows test sound coming through on the FT8 frequencies and it's being leaked out over the air. That's always fun. So the guy in Russia is working somebody else. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, he's working somebody else. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and work these Uruguay stations here. Give it a chance here. Somebody just gave me a +10. Okay, we'll call back. We'll go back to calling CQ now, because apparently there's people that want to work me. I'll see here. Oh, there it goes. There's the Russian. Okay, I'll work this guy and then I'll go back to calling CQ because there's people that want to work me. Give me a -13 into Russia. That's not too bad. But he's not hearing my response here. So let's give him a little bit. Let's give him a little bit more juice. I like to do that. If the DX guys can't hear you, can crank the power up a little bit. Try to get the QSO finished. Let's see here. No, he already tried switching to somebody else. Okay. That does happen sometimes. Okay, we'll go back to calling CQ, and we'll go back down to 50 watts. Oh, why did it do that? Yeah, there's somebody doing sideband on the FT8 frequencies because I keep hearing... hold on, my radio shifted off. Okay, let's clear the slate. I'll go back to calling CQ. Yeah, I keep hearing voice in there. So somebody's on Timeter FT8, not doing FT8, which is always fun. New Zealand's coming in now. What's going on here? Okay, well, it's gonna... I guess we'll log that QSO. You finally closed it. Make sure that ended up in my logging program here. Yep, check where it is at. Okay, cool. So if I turn that back on. So let's see where I'm being heard. 10 meters. Yeah, 10 meters is doing pretty good. I'm being heard all over the Pacific Basin. Definitely a lot of activity tonight. See Cuba. Not a very strong signal from Cuba. They're under the gray line. Yeah, Cuba's on the other side of the gray line. Yeah, Brazil. Brazil's trying to work me. He's weak. From that's an interesting grid from Golf 66. Hey, give me negative 20. So it's not too bad. Okay, 73. Now we're going to call CQ again. Yeah. Yeah, somebody's producing noise at the beginning of the cycle. Very interesting. Okay, here we go. We got two No, we got 73, and then I just got a +8 from Japan. I'm giving him a -7, so yeah, I'm apparently popular in Japan right now. That's how it happens sometimes. You get on here and you put your call sign out, and you end up with like 3 people from Japan calling you back. But then he can't. So it's very strange when this happens. He's giving me a +8, but he can't hear my response. So it's like, okay, how much noise are you dealing with? What's going on the other side? There we go, 73. We'll log it, and he didn't give me a grid. That's the other weird thing with FT8. Occasionally, you get people that, well, some people don't care about grid squares. I care about grid squares, so I always send the grid square. But that is a personal choice. Not everybody does that. And of course, I purposely have my radio quiet when I'm doing this because listening to FT8 really loud is annoying. But I'm going to turn it up just a little bit here. Well, looks like my radio forgot to switch to receive mode, which happens sometimes. There we go. Now it's back in sync. Still haven't quite figured out the little quirks with this setup. Every once in a while I'll miss yeah, now I'm off frequency. So I'll fix that. Okay. Not too much else going on here. Let's switch. Oh, a couple people wanted to work me. See, the other problem, you go do something else, and then you end up with 2 people calling you. So I'm gonna call the K5 station back first because he's got a much stronger signal. That guy in Japan's a -24. Yeah. He's not hearing my response. He's booming in here, though. But, of course, I might not be on a free frequency anymore. I'm going to slide up here. There we go. Sometimes you're just getting stomped on and you got to move. And the other problem is there's like 2 people on the same frequency, which happens. And sometimes the program is able to tell the difference between them. Okay, we're going to kill that. Okay. Let's listen here. Of course, I might have not been in the clear. We're just going to go way up here at the edge, which I like to do sometimes. Just get away from everybody. Okay, so now we're going to call on the odd. See if there's anybody else that wants to work me. And then we'll go do something else. Yeah, whenever working FT8, you want to work even for a bit and then switch over to odd or vice versa, because you're only seeing half the stations when you're on one or the other. Panama coming in +6. That's a good signal from Panama. Maybe I'll try and work that guy. Let's try and work Panama. Yeah, and he's right in the middle of... When the band's busy, you want to stay away from 1500. It's there's just way too much junk in there. Yeah, I'll work this guy if he's coming back to me. It's probably Brazil. And he's transmitting on the frequency that I'm on. So any of you guys listening, if you're working FT8, always turn on hold TX frequency. Oh, there it goes. Now my radio's off frequency. Let's see here. Yep, sometimes things get out of sync. Okay, call him back. There we go. Get a little bit of a disconnect between WSJTX talking to WF View and then talking to the radio over USB. Because, of course, the radio is not in front of me. It's sitting in a closet. There we go. Let's see where that guy was. Let's get those PY. Yeah, that was Brazil. Okay, we'll switch over to something else. Sorry about that. The radio gets louder when I switch. Let's get it out of my settings for FT8.
QSL, efectivamente, el 6L1, el Collins con 4 válvulas ahí, un viejito que amplificador, pero que está dando haciendo su trabajo, así que muy contento con el Collins ahí, haciéndolo trabajar y de pasada en invierno me sirve para...
Okay, let's go over to the... $9,700. K6USY 7.5 simplex. It's a little bit of noise right there. So let's go do something that's a little fun. I like to DX into repeaters sometimes. Get my controller back over here. K6USY Fresno on W6FM, pushing 100 watts. Anybody around on W6FM this afternoon? K6USY Fresno. Well, no takers. That repeater is about 100 miles away. Let's see. Where else do I want to go? Let's go in the other direction. K6USY Fresno, pushing 100 watts up to the Mammoth repeater.
Well, sir, 100 watts is doing the trip. You're full quieting, AA7GK.
Well, good afternoon, sir. Yeah, this is it's always kind of a fun trip to talk into the Mammoth repeater and get over the Sierras. Where are you located?
I'm just about to Laws, just north of Bishop on Highway 6, headed back out to my house. Now that's not a bad feat. I think the cloud cover might be helping. I don't know what it's like on your side of the mountains, but over here we're pretty much overcast, and that may be helping. I haven't looked at the Mammoth camera today to see what sort of snow activity they got, although I don't think much. I think it's just overcast. AA7GK, the name is Jeff. Juliet Echo Fox Fox.
Oh, good afternoon, Jeff. Yeah, name here is Aaron, Alpha Alpha Romeo Oscar November, and yeah, occasionally I like to do what I like what I like to call DXing on repeaters. There's a couple of repeaters over on the coastal range or down in Bakersfield. There's some stuff that's up north of me, and then of course this one, and there's a couple of repeaters I can get into that are about 100 miles away, especially when I crank up the power. And Mammoth isn't that far away, but it's farther than than all the local repeaters here. But yeah, not using a beam or anything. This is just 100 watts to a tri-band vertical on an ICOM 9700.
I kind of call that almost, well, really impressive off of a vertical, and especially a tri-band vertical. That I am impressed. But anyway, good. No, it's propagation conditions are a little strange right now, but 2 meters hasn't been affected as much as most. But well, nice. No, that's I keep getting in arguments with some of the people that I work with over. Well, we have a distributorship over in Fresno. You can just hop over there. It's only 50 or 60 miles away. Yeah, right. Get out a map.
Yeah, I always have to explain to people your guys' little part of the world, and the fact that from Fresno, there's no way to go east. There's nothing. All the roads dead end. And then, of course, this time of year with Tioga closed, you can't get through Yosemite. Our best option right now is you either got to go up near Tahoe or you got to go down to Tehachapi. The Sierras are this just ginormous wall of rock that you can't get over unless you're hiking. It's always funny to explain to people that how isolated you guys are over there, and that's pretty fun. I'm sure there's certain like websites and apps that you pull up and go, we have a store 50 miles away, and you're that's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, that tends to be the case. Although I've gotten fairly adept at figuring out who doesn't know the geography. Although I have seen it worse. When I was in Montana, we had a distributor back in Massachusetts, but I needed to get some parts for an aviation headset. And so I called them up, and they said, oh, yeah, you've got a local dealer in, it looks like maybe the next town over. And I said, well, no, that next town over is 350 miles away. That's why I'm calling you. And they said, really? And I said, yeah, you got to kind of take a look at a map. This is like driving from, and I think they were in Framingham or someplace back there. I don't remember where. And I said, it's like driving from where you're at to Atlanta and going down there to pick up a part and then coming back to where you're at. And that just flabbergasted them.
Yeah, so I work for the public library system over here, and we cover everything from Merced County down to Kern County. And it's really funny when we have to explain to people that we cover 10% of the public libraries in California, and it's about the size of Ireland is my coverage area. And I have 3 network engineers. I'm one of them, and we service 109 locations. And we go all the way over to Ridgecrest, which is on your guys' side of the mountain, and that's a 4-hour drive each way.
Oh, yeah. I've worked for the Forest Service and have had to drive over to your side of the mountain to go to Porterville to work on a fire over there, and it's like, people don't understand. I mean, literally, if you could just bore a tunnel, I could have been there in a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes from Lone Pine. But I can't drive through solid rock.
Yeah, and there's was that our California Highway 168 that goes up to Kaiser Pass, and then there's a section of 168 on your guys' side of the mountains, and the idea has been floated to connect those 2 segments. But they only float that idea for about 2 seconds, and then they realize that it would be outrageously expensive to connect the highway. And for the benefit of, connecting a population center of almost 1 million people to a population center of, whatever Bishop is, and it doesn't make economic sense to do it. And I get it. And there's some wilderness area that they would have to traverse, but yeah, you would have to drill through solid rock to put that road in.
Yeah, and I will say, I think given the popular opinion in the Owens Valley, most of the Owens Valley people don't want that to happen. They'll deal with the isolation. Kind of how independent we are over here, I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally understand that because, even if it was only open during the summer, if there was a quick route between here and there, you guys would get inundated during the summer.
Some of the tourist business would love it, and it probably wouldn't hurt the town's economy, but it would sure, it would be interesting. I wish I could prognosticate on what that would look like. It certainly wouldn't benefit economically or be of a benefit to drill a hole through that much rock. I think that'd probably be one of the longest tunnels in the world when they were done with it. But it's kind of interesting over here. I enjoy it. So, well, I'm almost back to the house. I had to go into town and get a couple of minor things so I could finish cleaning. That's my job today, is to clean the house. My wife's up in Reno, and I've got the place all to myself, but I don't want to have her come back to it looking like I did have it all to myself, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh, very good. Well, yeah, go get the honeydews done, and thanks for coming back to my call, and hopefully we'll catch you again, and we'll talk to you later, Jeff. K6USY, Fresno, 73.
Sure. Well, it's good talking to you, too. I haven't used this radio in a while, so it's nice. Have yourself a good day over there, sir. We'll talk to you later. K6USY, AA7TK.
And that was DXing with repeaters.
W6 Papa Hotel.
Now we got another one. Kilo 6 Papa Hotel, I believe it is. K6USY, Fresno, pushing 100 watts.
I was just listening. It's W6 Whiskey 6 Papa Hotel. Yeah, I'm in Bishop here. Brought my wife and her friend up here to an art exhibit, and I'm sitting here with my handy talkie and just listening to you folks talk. Now, this repeater is linked, the one that you're on, Mammoth Lakes, linked to Silver Peak, east of Bishops, and then to Mazurka, and then down to my repeater down in Lone Pine. So you got good coverage all up and down the Owens Valley. And my name is Kurt, K-U-R-T, and I'm a resident of Lone Pine. K6USY, W6PH.
Yep, yeah, I'm aware of your guys' linked system over there, and it just happens to be that the Mammoth repeater kind of has a shot down the San Joaquin River on our side of the Sierras, and if I crank my power up, I can pop right into that repeater and then get into your guys' system on that side of the mountains.
Calls from over in your area, Clovis, Fresno. It's just a little bit of a link, or a path, I guess is the best word for it, to get to the Mammoth repeater. And we've had people check in occasionally. Not very often, though, so it's good to hear you from over the other side. I'm just using a handy talkie here, Yaesu FT4, hitting it. And like I say, I'm down in Bishop right now. K6USY, W6PH.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's well, the combination, I mean, a lot of our repeaters over here don't have a lot of activity on them, and I think people just forget to try stuff like this. I have a whole group of repeaters that I purposely try to get into, and they're all 100 plus miles away, and it's kind of fun being able to to pop over to the coastal range and talk to people over on the coast, and just by going through one repeater, instead of going through like a link system on the internet or whatever. But it's just kind of fun being able to reach out to some of the repeaters that are on the fringes. A lot of these far off repeaters, I wouldn't be able to hit them from my car, but you get decent amount of power and a rooftop antenna, and you can reach out to these places. So I'm using a tri-band diamond vertical. It works on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, and 23 centimeters. And that's going through 40 feet of LMR 400 down into my radio closet, where it comes into a triplexer. And then it goes into 3 Alpha Delta switches, and then jumpers down to my IC 9700. The 9700 has 3 separate antenna ports for all 3 bands, so I can individually switch out each band to horizontal antennas, or combine them with the triplexer for the vertical. And this radio will do 100 watts on 2 meters, 75 on 70 centimeters, and 10 watts on 23 centimeters.
But Aaron, do you get any activity on 23 centimeters?
Not a ton. There's only a couple repeaters. I don't think I've made a single FM contact on 23 centimeters. But we do have a bozo net. We have sideband nets here in Central California, and we're on 6 meter, 220, 2 meters, 70 centimeters, and 23 sims. And so on Tuesday nights, we're on 23 centimeters. And even though I'm on I don't have a horizontal antenna for that band yet, with 10 watts and my vertical, the net control stations can still hear me, and I'm able to check into the bozo net.
The net control that you're able to get into.
His name is Mike, K6MYC. If you've ever heard of M Squared Antennas, he's the guy that started that company.
And I get on 6 meters sometimes during the summertime, and when he moves his antenna straight across the mountains, we make contact. But generally, he's got his antennas pointed south. It doesn't really point it over this way very much. But anyway, yeah, Mike's a pretty good guy. I guess he's doing all right. I didn't see him at Visalia last year, but he and I are the same age.
Very good. Well, I was actually up at Mike's house yesterday getting the tour, and we're actually working on putting the bozo nets on YouTube and live streaming them so that those of you guys that are on the fringes know what direction he's pointed. So we'll actually be streaming the 2 meter bozo net tonight. I'm going to be doing it from my house. I don't have as good ears as he does, but we're kind of just doing a proof of concept on it. And then we're eventually going to move it to where we're streaming it from Mike's house so that everybody can hear, what he's hearing up there at Net Control. And it'll be kind of interesting to see how it will benefit some of the guys that are on the fringes and, knowing what direction he's pointed and which group of people he's working to hit.
Kind of neat, yeah. I've checked into the bozo net down south a couple times when I had an antenna up pretty high. I had a 13B2 up about 50 feet. I was able to get in down there, but I'm kind of on just about the edge of it, and I've got hills in between, so it's not knife edge, it's just being able to kind of get a signal around the hills. 2 meters here, we just don't have much activity. We have a little net that on Saturday night at 7 o'clock on 144.210, and just locals here on single sideband, but getting out of this valley is pretty difficult on 2 meters or any other band for that matter. W6PH.
K6USY, Fresno. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not running any beams. I have a 6 meter loop, a 2 meter loop, and a stack set of 70 centimeter loops. And it's kind of interesting, with the different conditions and who I can hear, but, I can't point in any direction, so I just kind of hear everybody.
When you're, omnidirectional is probably a good idea from where you're located. Where we are, we have basically one direction pointing south, and although I have worked some people up around Reno on 2 meters, but that was very, very unusual. Anyway, I'm more of an HF guy. I enjoy HF contesting more, but I get on the repeater here intermittently, and there'll probably be somebody saying, "Kurt, it's good to hear you after all this time." Anyway, I'm just waiting here. My wife's in the gallery with her friend, and so I thought I'd just leave my radio on. K6USY, W6 Papa Hotel.
Very good, sir. Yeah, I figured, at least starting with the Omnis was good because everybody's kind of pointing in this direction. I don't live that far away from Mike, and so I tend to, hear people when they're pointing at him. I've been able to do some really goofy things. I've talked over to Santa Cruz, Atascadero, using FT8 on 2 meters here with my 100 watts. I was able to get all the way down to Tijuana on FT8. And then I worked one of the guys up in Nevada by sending my call sign and grid with Morse code. And then because he was running a kilowatt, he could talk back to me on sideband because I don't know Morse code. So I had the radio transmit the Morse code for me so at least he could copy my call in the grid. And then he was able to complete the contact on sideband. It was pretty interesting.
For the call of the station up there?
I'd have to pull it up in my log here real quick, which I can do here in a second.
Curious. I only run 100 watts on 2 meters, and although I thought about some kind of an amplifier, just the cost-benefit ratio isn't good enough because there's not that many people we can talk to here on 2 meters. And then getting sporadic at 2 meters is pretty unusual, so we're pretty limited on who we can talk to. K6USY, W6, preparation H.
K6USY, Fresno. It was Kilo Delta 6 Bravo, Quebec.
Got Bell with me, but running a kilowatt on 2 single sideband, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it takes it takes a lot of juice. I think Mike, when he's running the net, he's running close to a kilowatt on 2, and then I think even up at like 1.2 gig, he's running 600 watts, which is just an outrageous amount of power up there. And then he's running it through multiple phased array antennas and all kinds of stuff.
He's a pretty neat guy with the stuff he's got over there. So, well, listen, I'm going to run in here and see how the ladies are doing. But good talking to you, Aaron, and glad you tried to hit that repeater there. And I think DXing to the repeaters is kind of a neat thing. See how many repeaters you can hit with what you got there. I'm originally from over in Salinas. I don't get over there very much at all anymore, so I don't know what the repeaters were. There were a couple up on Fremont Peak, as I recall, but don't know anything about what's going on over there. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off from here, Aaron. Have a good day, and thanks for checking in on the Owens Valley repeaters here. K6USY, W6, Papa Hotel.
Alrighty, sir. We will catch you later, and I might go back to 10 meters here a little bit and see what else is going on. I was talking to a guy in Canada earlier, and was hearing Japan coming in, so we'll see what happens as the gray line's coming in. But yep, we will catch you later. K6USY, Fresno. I'll be clear. Turn the power back down. Turn off the preamp. K6USY, Fresno. Put my call sign out on there for a second. We'll see. Oof, that was noisy.
KF6FGL repeater.
Yeah, we'll go back to 10 meters. Alrighty, stand by. Bring the 7300 back in. Get my controller back on. There we go. wasn't as busy as it was earlier.
Apreté una tecla en el computador sin querer, ahí me fue, y a veces tengo conectado el computador también con el equipo, con todo. Ahí parece que no pasó nada. Bueno, lo que te puedo comentar es que acá yo puedo comprar pisco y pisco
Hold on, somebody's over on
por acá llega el vino este de Amatuer, de tu zona por ahí. Unos buenos vinos de Marchí que estoy tomando en este momento con
Still have the repeater in my ears.
Cabernet y también Camenier. Me gusta mucho el Camenier, así que conozco las vinos por ahí. Por esa parte he viajado, he tomado la ruta de la fruta cuando voy al sur. Me vengo de vuelta por ahí por
yeah, you guys are only
de la
hearing
fruta,
the
así
chat
que
for it.
conozco toda esa parte. Tengo amigos en
It's kind of interesting figuring out my audio
en
routing.
Puerto Montt, en todas partes. Tú me puedes encontrar, fíjate que en los días viernes, sábado y domingo estoy en la
You know what, let's go down to 12. Let's see if anybody's on 12 meters. I like to come down here every once in a while. Switch my display to SWR. Is the frequency in use Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee? Anybody using 24.94 K6USY in Fresno, California on 12 meters? CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 24.94. Yep, and a perfectly flat SWR, so we will go back to ALC. So one annoying thing about this open source software is it only lets me see 1 meter at a time. Well, 1 secondary meter at a time. But that is okay. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 24.94. Oh, and I'm still running. There we go. I'm still running 50 watts. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 24.94. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee in Fresno, California on 24.94. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 24.94 in Fresno, California. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's too much going on 12 meters. And it's 4 o'clock. I think I'm going to call it an afternoon. Let's see here. Let me bring up the other. I was talking on the 9700.
One lost or stolen or whatever, and then 3 years ago I decided I wanted to get a license, but that didn't pan out, and so I found.
Okay, we're gonna switch over to here real quick. Heard some people talking.
Yeah, I was looking at a house here. Just outside of Moncton up on Stevens Mountain. If we buy that, then we're definitely going to need a tractor there. Because the driveway's about a quarter mile long.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to shut this down. I got a couple other things I got to do. And we will be back at 7:15, 7:20, 7:30-ish for the 2-meter bozo net later on tonight. Until then, we'll catch you guys all later.